Inside Stone's Gambling Hall in Sacramento, California, you'll find Sammy's Restaurant and Bar. Recognized for its innovative, healthy global cuisine, Sammy's offers menu selections made with local, organic ingredients. Indulgent options like truffle fries, duck tacos, artisan wood-fired pizzas, fresh salads, and more, along with an eclectic selection of craft beers and classic handcrafted cocktails. Plus, with 40 big screen TVs, Sammy's is also the perfect place to catch your favorite game. Satisfy your craving anytime, 24/7, tableside or in the dining room at Sammy's Restaurant and Bar at Stone's Gambling Hall.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Stone's Live Poker. And it is Wine Wednesday.
I'm so excited.
It's good, good. And it's not Veronica and Friends.
It's just
and Friends.
Yeah, and Friends.
Look, we're just friends.
It's just friends.
Just friends.
God, if I had $1 for every time I heard that, dude, I'd be rich.
But make no mistakes, it is 1-3. It is Stones. And it is Wine Wednesday, and the chips are flying. The table's playing really deep right now. It's really good. You wouldn't know it's not Veronica and Friends. When I came into the list for this game, it was over 20 players long.
Oh my God.
Trying to get into this game after it already started. I'm on the list. I'm way down there, of course, but hopefully maybe by the end of the night, I'll get in there and try to smash it.
Oh, there's gonna be this game's gonna be so deep. It's like, make sure you bring a couple thousand for this 1-3 game.
Oh yeah, it's really good, and everyone's drunk again already.
Yeah, well, it's Wine Wednesday.
It's Wine Wednesday.
Welcome.
Without further ado, I'm Jake Rosenstill. This is
Justin Kelly.
There we Justin Kelly.
Question mark?
And let's get down to the table.
I love it. Yeah, I mean, guys, because you want to see these players. Let's face it. I mean, let's start off strong right off the bat. Seat 1.
Malcolm. We just saw Malcolm play in our last 5-5 game. Good kid, a lot of fun, plays a lot of hands, puts pressure on opponents. I like Malcolm. He's a good human.
That's the second time I've heard you say that tonight, and I'm a fan. That's like the ultimate compliment you can give somebody. Good human. You're a good human.
He is a good human. To his left, he's not at the table right now, but is the bane of my existence, Brian S.
Which is why we were saying that's why there's so many people on this list. Brian signed up, and then 20 people followed.
Filled in. Just that's it.
So
driving the action.
Yeah.
And yeah, Brian owns my soul. What can I say? We've all seen it. Chris S. Next. Chris is another player. Does not give yeah. And
he has nothing to give except for bad beats and tears of children.
And tears of children. Next going on seat 4, Crispy Bacon. Fresh back from Vegas. Look, and there's profile pic wearing.
He obviously did good in Vegas. He got a haircut. He's looking slick.
Clean.
He's ready to rock.
It's good. Seat 5, you got Mike Longcar, social media poker pro extraordinaire, Deej Pro. Great smile, great guy. He's a crusher.
Backwards hat, going a little incognito tonight.
Lucas in seat 6. Lucas played in that last Veronica and Friends game, if I'm not mistaken. Had a huge stack of chips, got involved in some really, really big hands. A little bit different character. I like Lucas. He's a lot of fun. A lot of fun. I have a hard time getting a read on Lucas. I don't know.
Which means that's a good thing for Lucas.
It's a good thing. Alicia in seat 7. Alicia's got more personality than she knows what to do with. I love her.
Alicia's great.
She is the best.
The one and only the Ducksworth.
The Ducksworth. Seat 8, we got Brandon S. I haven't played. I'm gonna play with Brandon. Great profile picture.
Definitely the best emoji hand drawn on legal pad. Looks like yellow colored paper. I'm a fan.
I like it.
I like it. Huge fan.
I like it. And rounding out the table in seat 9 is Ebb. We see Ebb play 5-5, 5-10 here with us. God, people crushing the profile.
Yeah, the infamous Cookie Monster profile pic. If you haven't seen that, then you definitely haven't seen Ebb. I mean, there you
go. Shout out to all the regs in the chat. Sean McCormick, crushing life in Vegas at the Aria, in the chat room with us.
True. Actually, a little post-late happy birthday shout out to Sean McCormick. A lot of us Gemini babies out there. A lot of us, like to exist in June. So I'm down. Always down.
Yeah, I don't believe that.
It's true. It's true. I don't believe in science either. I'm just saying all the cool kids are born in June. So sorry. Watt Bry in the house, what's going on? I did see Mr. Optics hop in there and say hi. Calca22, I think I saw a little Sly cry in there as well. There he is, right on. Welcome, my friends. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this game. I think this game, again, if you haven't watched Stones Live before, our games already play deep, and this one plays even deeper.
Well, it's funny, we talk about, we always talk about how good the way the 1-3 plays here, and sometimes the Veronica and Friends is an over-exaggeration of how, those games actually play.
Yeah.
This might give people a little bit better insight on how the 1-3 really plays. So this is a good game, it's a big game, or it's big, for 1-3, and with a lot of chips on the table for those stakes. But this is much more like the typical 1-3 games you're going to find here at Stones.
And it's sick, because look at those buy-ins, guys. 60 min, it says 200 max, okay? And, and look at the amount of chips people have in front of them. This escalates quickly, and it's only going to get better, I assure you. It's going to be fantastic.
Chips, table 11.
Yeah, it's all day, every day.
Never see Brian S. got 2.5 in front of him. Crispy Bacon got a 1.5K. Alicia, she's playing the short stack, but she's still, even she's got well over 100 bigs.
Yeah, let's start with 200 and run it up to 3K, because reasons.
Because reasons.
Let's do it. And normally Veronica has a tendency to crush her own games, so I'm kind of excited to see somebody else win a quote-unquote Veronica and Friends game.
All right, we got cards in the air. Long card opens up the pot, makes it 15 to go with the pocket threes. Lucas makes a call with the ace-8 off. Mike's first to act, 9-9-5. It's hard. Mike can't get value out of worse hands, obviously. Deuce is never defending here. But there really are no good turn cards for Mike, so might as well just gonna bet and get the hand over with. I mean, there's nothing else we can really do there, but, make our opponent release his equity. Arnaud MCK, Poker Night, yes it is here. Port Wine, welcome to the chat.
Perfect name, because it is Wine Wednesday after all.
It's Port Wine, it's a table stakes game, so it's a max $500 buy-in, actually. It's 60 to 500 to start the game, and then table stakes after that. So after that, once the game starts, you can buy in up to the largest stack. So if someone, everyone, this game started out, everyone bought in for, no more than 500. And then as soon as people started losing money and someone had over 500, everyone kept adding on and adding on and adding on until we get this really deep, really good game.
Yeah, prime example, in the stream last week, it was 1,000 max buy in the 5-5 or whatever. Very first hand, one player stacks another player.
Everyone reaches the middle.
Yeah, exactly. So now somebody has 2K, and then that person goes in and just says, okay, well, I'll buy in fresh for 2K, and everybody else adds on, and all of a sudden, it's balls deep.
Yeah, if your local card room isn't playing table stakes,
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You need to get out here.
Come to Sacramento.
Yeah. We got an open and a 3-bet now. Brandon 3-bets the ace king to 65.
Service 11, please.
Alicia, who had defended button actions on Lucas now. Lucas got ace queen.
Oh, the folding posture, and he is going to let it go. And Alicia's just talking, having fun.
Not kidding.
We have ace queen. We're in position. So we did get 3-bet out of the small blind. Generally, players, they're 3-betting out of the small blind, especially when there's that many opponents in the pot already. Tend to have less, 3-bet bluffs.
Racing Guy 8933, is there space to come and be able to watch the vlog this game? Absolutely. If you haven't been to Stones before, it's just, dude, it's a nice
It's a really roomy room.
Yeah, you can come out, you can hang out. There's plenty of room to walk around, grab a drink. Food's great. Come on over. M. Baldy in the house, what's going on? I do like these Stones live cards. They feel so nice and pretty, and there's a couple, and you always have jokers, apparently, the ones we leave in the booth, so
That's how we crush.
nothing wrong there.
Racing Guy 8933. What's up?
It's just nasty. I mean, if you want to do it, but...
And back-to-back hands for Brandon now. Queen 10 on the button, he's going to pop it up to 16.
I like it.
Gotta love that position.
And Chris, who had limped in the Jack 7 spades, can make the call here.
Ooh, open-ended. And a gut shot with a couple overs for Brandon.
Check ace. Ace is a good card
Yeah, both players.
for Brandon to bet here.
I'm like concerned that...
Chris is going to lead, try to take it away now. When you're probably pretty standard here, you got to worry about the ace going off.
Insta Jack, and now the stone cold nuts base here for Brandon. And there's really, unless you got to, he's actually going to make it look extra bluffy, right? I mean, the pot's $86. He's specifically going to make this look extra bluffy like he's buying it. And Chris is not in the market to purchase.
So we're sitting there with Jack 7 on 6, 8, 9, and again, the flop checks through. The ace comes off on the turn. And generally, you know, when we have, you know, a decent draw and flop check, it makes a lot of sense for us to like lead the turn. However, when a big card comes off on the turn, like you know, an ace, a king, something like that, oftentimes a card that's good for our opponent's range, almost like we're playing like a check call there. So once we link it into position, I mean, what aces do we really have there? You know, I mean, like ace 4, ace 5 suited. You know, I mean, some smaller aces like that. But those hands are more likely when we played as check calls, not so much as leads. Chris now picks up a real hand, makes it 17 to go. Long card's gonna do some set mining here with the sevens. Lucas got a good hand. Called queen 10 suited. And Ebbs being laid a pretty goddamn good price.
Doesn't even matter. We'll keep Ebb's mystery cards a mystery. Like, we don't even care what they are.
He probably didn't even look. He's
Oh, that's even way better than he needed. That's the top of his range.
Call the ace queen.
Yeah.
On the button with that many players in the pot.
He's lucky he didn't 3 that and just get jammed on by kings.
D Kendrick won. What's up?
3, 5, 6. Now, long card does not hate this flop.
Got an overpair and inside straight draw.
Yeah, Chris with the best of it right now. He's
He
gonna
might
fire.
be a little bit concerned about Chris being willing to bet out into this many opponents out of position. I think Mike's got no other option but to call.
Yeah, I think Mike is definitely on his radar. Like, okay, well, Chris, you know, has a higher pair than me, but he's got a decent amount of outs here.
I think raising would be silly.
Silly.
But you know, it's 1-3. It's Wine Wednesday, and sometimes players like to get silly.
Sometimes I want to get silly. Let's go a little sideways.
Mike makes a call.
There was a wine movie called Sideways. I mean, it's come on. I saw that one. Yeah. All right, so there we go. Battle of the pairs here to the turn. Oh, there we go. No, another
Chris
6.
might worry about Mike having a hand like 6-7.
Oh, yeah.
Here. Chris is now trying to make a deal. Like, hey, do you want to like just check it down? Check, check. King's good.
You know, actually, I think that ended up saving Longcar money because if Longcar somehow tried to rep like the pair in the straight draw, like he had trip 6s, I think that Chris is just in check call mode. So all it's going to do is cost Longcar chips there.
Yeah, I mean, Mike would have to put in a really big bet to try to get Chris to fold an overpair there. I mean, it's not the worst play, but we think our opponent is really, really paranoid and might be like, oh my god, you know, top pair on the flop, pair on the turn.
Well, sometimes
so my opponent must always have trips.
Well, sometimes you have to think, is my opponent capable of folding this? Sometimes you like we all know that. And I'm not saying he's one of them, but we all know those guys at the table. You're like, don't bluff that guy. He doesn't know how to fold. His fold button's broken.
Yeah.
Like, don't do it. Like, even if you know he should fold, 90% of the other players would fold. That guy won't fold. Don't bet into him.
Marquee Love, welcome to the stream. We are streaming 1-3. It's Wine Wednesday. Despite the players of apparent composure, believe me, they're trash. All of them.
It's good times. Marky Love, Mr. Optics, those are good buddies of mine. We actually we've been playing Friday the 13th, the video game, going around killing camp counselors as Jason. We're having a blast. It's a lot of fun.
Jesus.
It's so great.
Flop comes on Queen 9-9, and Chris flops a whole lot of 9s.
From kings to trips.
He's going to lead. He's going to get value from a queen here. You can get value from queens, straight draws, flush draws.
Brick City on the
About
turn.
as brick as it gets.
Yeah, I know. I was like, maybe a spade to spice things up, give Lucas some more outs.
I don't think if we're Lucas we can fold yet. Be a little too passive to immediately just, assume our opponent has trips here. He can still be on, once again, there's a lot of draws on the board. Jack of Spades completes a lot of problems.
I was going to say,
check it over.
If it was another, oh wow, yeah. I was going to say, if it was another stupid brick like a red 4 or something, I'm thinking that Lucas could get away from it if Chris fires, but.
It's an interesting board. I mean, if there's more opponents in the pot, and Chris had, say, overcalled, there might be a reason enough to believe that Chris might have, a 9, in which case I think the best line on that board might be to bet smaller with the intention of folding to a raise. Going if we would lose to Jack 9, but then a hand like 9-10 probably just going to be a little hard-headed versus a small bet. Check calling, I don't like. I prefer to lead probably on that board with the intention of folding to a raise. I don't think our opponent's ever raising worse hands, or whenever we're getting bluffed if we're getting raised. Our opponents are taking 9-10 on that board and turning into a bluff. And it's just going to be flattening the whole world. Then if our opponent's got a hand like, there's a lot of draws on the board. If our opponent has a hand like Queen Jack, he might pay us off. King Queen, less likely to pay off. Of course, spades we lose turn, and the Jack 9.
So it looks like it was maybe straddled and limped around, something like that. And to the flop, Ace 8 Jack here, a couple of spades. Brandon has the best of it here with his ace. And
Rick and Barstow
wins it.
What's going on, Rick? There's some good games out there in the outer tables. Couple deep 2-5 games, it looks like. Some really good. They might be, I don't know, I can't tell if they're 2-5s or 1-3s. 1-3 and what's getting playing pretty big. It might be a feeder.
There's 10 games rolling right now. And you know why? Because we've talked about Stones a lot. They have great food, great drinks, all the above, good atmosphere, but they have really great air conditioning. And it's hot as hell out there right now, guys.
Oh my god, it's
so
hot.
Hell Sacramento out there. It's a 105-ish all day, every day, like this whole damn week. So get in where it's cool. If you're not going to the movie theaters, go to Stones.
I'm telling you. I was playing in here on Saturday, and someone said, yeah, it's 107 outside. I'm in here wearing my Stones jacket, right?
Yes, yeah.
And I'm just like, don't tell me that. I don't want to go outside.
It's so nasty. Like, that's why I was like, I'm going to step outside with you real quick. And we go outside and it just opened the door to, like, the oven. I'm like, that was a horrible idea.
Brandon Reeves is up in here with the Ace Queen, gets looked up a couple spots.
Ooh, lots of 10s. Nobody's there. Lucas does spike a piece of it with a 6.
They should check through. The checks that Chris on the button, he might try fire bluff, but I think that's a little ambitious. Should check through, I believe it does. Or hasn't yet.
Everybody's like, yeah, please, on to the turn.
No one with anything. First liar wins the pot.
Favors. And Lucas, that's way the best hand here. And takes it.
Easy game.
Bet it and win it, guys. Poker. Do it.
Yeah, there's 6,000 homes that are out of power. I don't know if it's some sort of power outage sitting here in Citrus Heights.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, when you get all of a sudden everybody running their AC full bore all day, all night, like, crap breaks, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, it's got fruit, and it's got prosciutto, and it's got cheese, and I'm happy. Just a lemon vinaigrette. Very simple, very light. Oh my goodness,
so I'm playing here in your last Saturday. It's 100 billion degrees outside. I'm in here. It's nice and cool, and it's a packed house because everyone's trying to fade the heat. Well, that's why I assumed everyone was here to fade the heat, but it was we had the first drawing for the $1 million hold'em game. There's 3 names. There's 3 people that have locked up their seat in the $1 million limit hold'em promo game that we have here.
Because why not, right? Free money.
Still 6 more players to be drawn. You can still be eligible to get down here and play limit hold'em.
And the next drawings coming up are actually, this drawing we just had was on June 17th.
Yeah.
And so the next one's July 15th and then August 12th. So there's one in the middle of each month coming up. So if you just missed this last one, make sure you get here for the middle of July and then the middle of August as well.
Yeah, you just qualify by making qualifying hands at playing limit hold'em, and the draw your name, you get put in a single table sit and go, and a chance to win $1 million.
The only thing I love more than money is free money.
Look at all these salads.
We got a hand here. Lucas and Chris. Chris turns a king. Lucas is open-ended. He was open-ended on the flop with backdoor hearts. Doesn't pick up a hard draw. He's going to go ahead and lead the turn. The board is already 4 cards to a straight. Any queen makes a straight. It's going to be really hard for Chris to call here with a king. He can't. Lets it go. Sean McCormick, our Aria Poker tournament director, is looking for the clock to see when the blinds go up. Yeah.
We'll have a clock for you when you come out, buddy. I think you'll be out here in July or something like that.
Yeah.
Party it up.
I'll get a chance to let him hero me it down again.
Yeah, dude, he loves hearing you down.
My soul. So much fun.
Good old soul read goes a long way.
Action on Malcolm with the ace-10. It's gonna open up for 12, it looks like. Or 16, I suppose. Opens for 16. And happy birthday, Crispy Bacon, waking up with the aces.
Whee! Birthday time. Aces are cheap.
So he makes it 65? 35.
35
He
here.
made it more than that.
Oh, now long card waking up with 10. It's on the button too.
We can't fold yet. And cold 4 betting might be a little bit ambitious. I think Mike's had a clear-cut call ahead of him. He does. It's a 3-bet to 65, not 35. Graphical error here. Open 16, 3-bet to 65.
And called by long card.
And and Malcolm folded ace-10, so forget flopping sets here for any of these guys.
King Jack. Oh, I'm sorry. What was that? Trying to read that flop there
Jack
at the bottom.
5-3.
55 now. A bit. Is it 55 or 80? It might be 80. 55. A bit of a down bet. A
Wow.
little scary. So Sean McCormick with a response.
The best part of the story is that I pushed the 250 river bet basically in his stack for him to tell me that I'm good. It was. So those of you who haven't heard the story,
Story time. Story time. Tell me about you and Sean McCormick.
I got the world for everything. I brick, off whatever poker player bad beats for. Who cares?
You have too many outs and you miss everything.
Sean McCormick makes a good call with a pair of fives, but when he calls, he pushes. I made a $250 river bet in a 1-3 game, and Sean McCormick pushes his $250 call to my stack. Like, here you go. I know you're good. I just had this much fun tonight, and he rolls and he has a pair and he's good.
And the sick part is you have to push it back to him.
Yeah, no.
And then more from your own side.
And then the
The
volley
worst.
started. It was
The worst.
Yeah,
The worst.
so much fun.
It's sick needle, bro.
But that's what happens when you start 1-3ing with a lot of wine, that much wine in your system.
Service. Table
Again,
11.
welcome to Veronica and Friends.
Jack 8-3. Lucas hits a pair of threes, but
Chris
as is Chris.
Chris bets 28, and everybody's running for the hills.
If it beats you, it's a good call. Rick and Barstow, that's true.
There's so many bad jokes there.
It's a good call. He beat me. He was right. He had the stones to burn me down, and I lacked the brains to hit the brakes.
So not only did we give away a seat during that drawing, but we also gave away
Cash prizes.
Yeah, 2 different $200 prizes and a $500 prize.
Yeah.
Why?
Free money.
Just because. Thank you.
Somebody else at the table's drinking.
Noe Rooney, welcome to the stream. Offering free compliments in the chat box towards our wonderful Stones staff here.
Canadian shooter. The only one who could possibly troll more than Sean McCormick.
Here's why we love Brian. I don't think they're playing the 7 deuce game. I think Brian just has a problem.
And the best kind of problem.
King 4-5. Brian opened up the pot with the 7 deuce here. Gets looked up in every spot.
Checked all the way around. 8 on the
Turn
turn.
8 and Ebb smashes the world.
Yeah. Ebb's just like bink.
Brian now leads his gut shot.
And Ebb is going to call. Oh, quads for Ebbs. Good God.
Act normal, act normal.
Oh, God. Oh, right here when somebody's betting you. Okay, guys, if you've ever had quads and had somebody firing into you, and you got to love Brian because Brian just wants to table the 7 deuce so bad and show everybody.
Oh, look at Ebb.
Hollywood. I love it. Look at that
man.
face.
Makes it 225. And we'll see how fast can Brian get his cards into the muck.
And it's sick because Eb only has like 100 behind. Like, I mean, he's never making that with a bluff, and he shows quads.
When the player like grimaces and frowns and then raises,
right? I know, it's so bad. It's so bad. That's what I'm Brian, and then he tables quads, and I'm like, I could have beat that. I could have beat that. I folded. The vlogger game. There you guys, a bunch of famous little vloggers coming up, and they are going to be here live at Stones Live. That's going to be weird. That's going to be like Pokerception, right? Because you're gonna be able to watch them. I'm sure all from their own live stream point of view.
Yeah.
It's gonna be cool.
A stream within a stream within a stream.
Streamception.
Chris with the sixes.
Tank X in the house coming at you.
Open to 32? It must be a straddle one, yes?
I think they have been doing straddle. Live 6 straddle.
It is an open 32. Alicia makes a call to King Queen. Yeah, Brian straddle for 10.
You can hear you and what's her name laughing last month.
He's got an ace.
I hope so. They're a couple.
Give Brian 7 deuce again. Jack 5-8 here, couple of spades.
Chris is still out in front with his 6. Not anymore.
Checks around, Alicia gets there.
Don't cross streams.
Oh my god. Taking a look, Brian actually is our big dog in chips, our resident chip leader. Ah, got it, 2,300.
You know, the mistake I made was like letting you guys know that
I know.
I
know. That's the thing.
Dumb.
Even if something super bugs you and needles you can't actually tell us. Otherwise, it's going to latch on to it. It's going to be the worst.
I almost came to you.
And now I'm paying for it.
Forever.
Every goddamn stream.
It has been every single stream actually. Like
It has been.
yeah.
It's that and like the seniors tournament.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's already been some of that in the chat, but we just like ignore it. We look over it now.
They're comparing Schwartz's in the chat box.
That's fair. That's very fair.
Seems reasonable.
Welcome to Stones Live, guys.
What a mess.
May the Schwartz be with you.
That's going to be the last time. One glass of wine.
Cheers, my friend. Oh, too long. Too long to the
Chips on 11.
Justin, can we have beer?
beer, please. Beer, table 0. This is table 0.
Table 0.
The commentator booth.
30 is a live gun.
Take it.
Live 30.
Live 30?
Live 30.
It's a live 30.
Solid.
1-3-30.
Guys, welcome to 1-3-30.
Chips on 11, please.
So sick. That's why he raised 32 with 6s, because he actually had a hand. If I don't have a hand, I just do a live 30.
1-3-30 to go. How do we not open the king nine of clubs there? We have 2 random cards.
Oh,
Malcolm.
Disco from
Happy
Malcolm.
birthday
From
to
the small,
Malcolm.
and because everybody else mucked around, it could look like he's just getting a little steely. Little steely Dan. And watch Chris actually wake up with a hand.
Makes it 86 to go.
Chips coming at 7.
And Chris has an ace.
That's the thing, is that's like for a live 30, that's not horrendous. You gotta think if Malcolm's raising him, I mean ace, and he's gonna raise him with anything ace higher than that. Oh man, I thought there was a chance for a little bit of fireworks.
I thought Chris was gonna at least call. How do you do that? Like, anyone care for a round of live 30s?
Yes, yes.
Live, yeah, let's just
Live 10x the
live
big.
10x. Yeah.
Yeah, what's the problem? You know you're not gonna get crispy bacon to do that. No way, no sir. You're never gonna have it.
Crispy Bacon and I actually last night were involved in a decent game, and we're trying to get also the little props on it. Hey guys, you want a bomb pot? Let's put 7 deuce. Let's do something here. And we ended up talking to everyone and do a bomb pot. And started with Crispy Bacon suggesting it. I seconded the motion and made a suggestion, and then we got everyone to do it. And Crispy Bacon did like stealing win like a $600 pot.
Of course he does.
In 1-3.
It looks so rigged because he's the one who suggests the whole
Yeah.
thing, right? Guys, I think I'm luckier than all of you. Do you guys just wanna just wanna throw money and see? So look at this little hand developing. Got ace 10 off, pocket fours, 9-10 suited for M.
It's just I charge a little bit more, and you know, the homeowners care more about the details.
Crispy bacon with 8-5 suited. Some fun hands. Clubs are super cheap. Oh my god, 9-10 disco bingo bango, holy crap.
We're a secondary builder.
I was actually going to say, I mean, I wouldn't mind Eb 3-betting the 9-10, but with that many players in the pot already, and calling's fine as well.
Could you imagine if he 3-bet the 9-10 and it has that flop? Like, nobody believes him.
Right, he would have got, I don't think he would have gotten the action, but.
So when Eb's not busy having quads, he's busy flopping boats.
Long card led ace 10 on 10-9-9.
If you're not the cheapest, you gotta.
7 comes off, goes check, check. Long card probably feels pretty good about his hand right now.
Solid. So that
$40 bet.
I think by Eb checking the turn there, he got an extra 40 for sure at a long card.
If I was Eb, the flush draw bricked off. I might have postured a little bit and then made a really big raise. Like, I mean, we know he's gonna raise.
Yeah.
He makes it 115 to go. Mike folds. But I think if Eb would have postured a little bit and then made like a really egregious raise,
Yeah, like way over the top raise.
it might have looked maybe possibly like he would have had like a busted flush draw where Mike's like, hey, he got a 9
Yeah.
or like a busted flush draw.
Look at
Hi, Abraham.
Hey, Abraham.
Hi, Twitch.
Hi,
Now
friends.
you wonder.
I come bearing gifts. There you gentlemen go.
Oh my
Fresh
god.
from Paul.
Oh, fresh from the one and only Paul here.
Thank you.
Dude.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I needed a hat. I was feeling all alone in this booth. Check out that hat right there.
Yeah, there you go.
Look at that, guys. Welcome to Stones Live.
Good to see if Paul is here.
I'm gonna go back to losing quads now.
Dude, I love it.
Oh my God, how do you do that?
Twice in 3 hours.
Twice in 3 hours you run into quads, bro.
It's the worst.
It's the beard.
Yeah.
Hey, you're so beautiful, you just gotta like balance it somewhere else in life, and therefore you have to run bad in poker.
Yeah.
It's science.
I'm just trying to get all the run bad out today.
It happens.
I love it.
Dude, popping that on right now, dude.
The quality of his work.
See that? Oh,
Gonna have to fit
you
it.
make go sideways like a gangster.
I know that.
There we go.
I've been wanting a stone. I've been wanting a Paul hat for a while. Paul's the
For
best.
those of you who don't know, actually, Paul is a dealer here who's also a resident artistic monster beast of awesomeness. So, yeah, come in and see Paul and get a cool hat. He does some really, really cool work. White Kong in the house. The best of the White Kongs. Yes. Sean McCormick, White Kong. We were all hanging out there at Aria's Super High Roller. A lot of fun. Had a lot of fun out there. And lots of aces for long card catching up.
Brian, who dry fired the flop, actually turned to 9. And is that when he fired? I wonder if Brian would have checked back once he caught the 9 here. Now that he kind of picked up some semblance of showdown value and or a draw, he can now draw out on a king.
The good old one chip call. 6 peels. Completes weird running clubs. Nobody's got nothing here. Long
Check,
card
check.
with the ace. Yeah, check down. So Brian's sitting on 2,300, followed by Crispy Bacon at 1,600. Long card 1,100. God bless a solidly deep 1-3.
It's a good game.
I heard myths of these hats like months ago, and now that I see them, pleasantly exceeded my expectations.
Paul's the best.
Yeah. Well, actually,
Talented is a-
Abraham's the best. Abraham like got these for us. So
Abe is the
cheers
best.
to Abe's. Cheers to the Abe Master.
Talented really is an understatement when it comes to Paul.
Yeah, I've purchased some of his artwork. I've seen a lot of his artwork. It's impressive.
All the contractors I know want 510.
I like it.
Tennis land, guys.
I know.
White Kong, good luck by the way with your video submission to Negreanu for getting sponsored. Hopefully, that'd be awesome.
Do I know what Paul?
What's up? No, you don't.
Okay, cool.
But you should. If you come to Sacramento, you will. Trust me.
I will. I love it. $10 straddle. Brian calls with 7 tray. Chris calls on the button with deuces. Crispy Bacon does not put in a big raise with 9s because he hates money. And there was like $50 free out there, and he's just.
What a random board. 9s are still good. 5-handed on this board.
Make the fun, the game fun though, right?
But Lucas is gonna dry fire with 4-3, and Chris calls with deuces and gets Crispy Bacon to fold the 9s.
Nice, and like gets a piece of it on the turn. Actually,
Pulls ahead.
Beats Chris on the turn.
And Chris is just not believing him. Chris thinks he's on a straight draw flush draw. Who's bluffing who?
This is weird. This is like first person to raise wins. And
Lucas bluffs at it with the best
Chris gonna
hand.
hero call this? He is gonna hero call.
Chris makes a good read. Now Lucas is full of it.
Good read, bad play, right? I mean, I guess like because you literally only beat ace high. So what did he put him on a busted club draw? He's probably put him
Busted
on a
club draw, busted straight draw. Hats off to Chris.
Angry Polak in the house. We know you're sick. Oh, and you don't feel well either.
Chris made a good read.
Yeah.
It's so sick, but like
Lucas was full of it there.
And that's the thing is the problem is if you make those good reads, you gotta dig just a little bit deeper and going for the raise. You know what I mean? Just to like buy just to get him off.
Sly Cry says Chris and Lucas must have some history. Maybe, I don't know. I've played.
They do now.
They did before. They definitely do now. Holy crap!
Go there now.
Jesus.
I would love to. How about that? You're accommodating.
And Baldy says, I wish I was playing with you two commentating so I can hear what I'm supposed to be doing. And I'm just setting money on fire. If you want that, just like listen to Angry Polak. She's like Crusher Wizard extraordinaire. Lucas now ace-6 suited.
I'm sorry, you did fly what? Uh-huh. And you're going to do what with it?
Optimization.
Do you have a round of business or all of business?
Flop comes down king, queen, queen. Lucas is still out in front with ace high. He checks ace 6 as he should.
That was a check as well as loves you.
6 comes off, hitting both Chris and Lucas. It does complete a club draw, however. No one bet the flop. Less likely for someone to have clubs. Lucas leads with 25. And Chris makes it 75 to go.
Dude, Chris is like,
These guys have to have history.
Chris is so like rangeless all over the place. I love it.
Look at this. You can't call if you're Lucas.
And now he's gonna it's great. It's great. So Chris and Lucas, you guys are wondering about history. Even if they didn't have history, they got a lot of history now. The history books are filling up quick with these two.
Jesus.
I love it.
Chris and Lucas heads up.
Dude, just give me a table with Chris and Lucas all the time. That's all I want. That's all I need. It's just gonna be battle of the mind games. Oh my god.
Well, I'm sure there's other much friendlier things. It's expensive, yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, you're right. You get paid
There's pluses and minuses to wherever you live.
Yeah, exactly.
Sacramento legend JC Tran, I believe, is at the final table of the limit hold'em, the 10K limit hold'em today, I believe. Going for his third bracelet.
I have other family there.
Hopefully he takes it down. Eb is going to open up the pot, 15 with the Jack 9 suited. And Crispy Bacon, what else does he do but run good? Picks up kings, makes it 70 to go. Chris had called in between with the Queen 6 suited.
That's not necessary.
Eb's out of the way.
Yeah, that's not necessary.
Should be the end of the hand.
After 70, yeah. A little less, Chris would have been like, hell yeah, I'm in there. I like to get history with everybody this day. Everybody.
I know there are plenty of places there. My husband and I looked through, like, our son is probably going to be here, maybe we'll want to pick a
So they have this $1 million hold'em promo going on, and I've seen all sorts of people come out of the woodwork
that you haven't seen before at all.
Well, that I didn't. I mean, that I know like no poker will come here, they'll drink all day, or they're dealers or whatever like that. And I'm telling you, I've seen they play like limit hold'em.
Yeah.
You know, it's like hey, get a game going. Why not? Why not me?
Why not? Yeah. I love it. Well, because guys, so not only do you get a ticket in there, and if you do get drawn in this tournament, then the top 4 in this single table tournament all get to draw envelopes, and depending on what kind of hand you make on these envelopes, you can get up to $1 million for a royal, 25K for 4 of a kind, dude. You got full houses for 10K. Guys, free money. Free money is a beautiful thing.
Canadian shooter. Heat wave is deadly. Almost broke 60 today. Whatever.
Is that Celsius up there? I don't know how they measure that in Canada.
Yeah, right.
Crispy Bacon again, drinking some of that run good. Ace King suited.
Yeah, and the weirdest thing is on long distance endurance races. One was an 18-year-old.
Rick and Barstow trying to say it's 115 down there, but he used a hashtag. I don't think you're doing it right.
Make a phone call.
It's hashtag 115.
Yeah, well, no, he did.
Okay.
Brian's gonna make the call, and Chris has got the 49ers.
Show me like an ace 10 brick with a couple diamonds, because I'm a glutton for punishment.
Just so you make sure.
No, wrong color red. Queen 10 deuce, all hearts. Brian just loving it. Pair with the nut flush draw.
I don't know.
Everybody else hates life.
I don't know. Standard round. Yeah.
Scream, and then if they attack you, then you go there.
Brian's gonna lead.
After you do a scream,
I don't like any of those.
it sounds ridiculous, but that's what they say.
None of those sound good.
I don't see how Crispy Bacon calls.
Because they're actually not.
We beat
Right.
Nothing.
X Heart.
Loud.
Specifically, we beat the Ace of Hearts.
Master C in the house. What's going on, buddy? He gets in. He does just like the roll call. Hi, friends.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Obviously, if compared to the last thing, not looking at
The last
that,
one.
that's the comparison. But if it's locked eyes on you, you have to
Sean McCormick, brace yourself. He gives all the pictures of cars over stats.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So
Ready to fill up your Snapchat, guys.
Brutal.
I always follow with a little caption that says like WTF question mark.
Yeah, right.
And then like an angry face and maybe like a fireball.
Yeah. We're all on the same level of creative.
Yeah, and maybe like a little devil with a pitchfork. Like we got it.
I get
It's
it.
hot. It's hot as hell.
hot.
We know. We get it.
Right, and beard off court.
With all the uncalibrated numbers, I actually will confirm that. Like, you know how hot it really is and how hot your car thermostat says? I know it's like, that thing's always like 7 degrees one way or the other. I'm like, it's wrong.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wasn't there again. He ended up. I say.
I can explain how the ambient temperature sensor in your car works, but that's not why we're here.
No, that's not why we're here. We're here for cards.
Brian's gonna limp in or call a $10 straddle with 10-7 off. Crispy Bacon, 6-4 diamonds makes a call. Lucas called. Alicia Ace King on the button is just gonna call. Let all these hands in here for cheap with all that dead money out
She get
there.
in a small race, probably isolated heads up to her and Lucas. Oh, look at that king. Oh, wow.
Act normal, act normal.
Be cool, be cool.
Brian's open-ended on the wrong side of the things. Alicia's got top pair and a gut shot. Checks to Alicia. She's gonna fire out.
Damn, JFK Stone's putting a band hammer on Master C. All right, so three-way action here. 6 peels off, no help. Alicia's still way ahead. Wow, checks in position there. Kind of surprised. Would have liked to see a more value bet there. I don't think better hands are going to check to you there. Maybe they would, like 2 pair. But either way, you still have outs. I don't know why she's checking.
We should be value betting.
I would have definitely fired the turn, and even if you don't fire the turn, because you're maybe thinking somebody might check raise you with 2 pair, the river comes and they all check to you, there's no way your hand's not good.
Yeah, one of those streets we
You
definitely
have
should
to
have
fire.
bet. If
You
not
have to
2
fire.
streets, one of those streets we definitely should have put some money in.
Sorry. Oh. Dirty.
It's like base camp.
What an anagram for Snapchat? Snapchat the app Snatch?
I mean, that technically does work.
Yes, it does.
Does work. Yeah, White Kong, I agree with you. That was a funky hand. I'm not sure why she checked twice. I would like to see her go for value on one of those streets, at least.
Alright, I've got a 30.
See? There you go. Sean's talking about 117 today in Vegas. Tie for all-time record. Yeah, Facebook post of car thermostats at 131. Classic. No, you save that conversation about ambient car thermostats for later. Save it for pillow talk.
Just roll over, like, you want to hear how ambient car?
Go on. Tell me more. Chris makes ladies every time.
Chris takes a 20 to go with a 9-10 off. Crispy Bacon, he's going to make a call with 6-3 off. Oh, I'm sorry, he min 3-bet, put back to 30. So Chris it's a $10 straddle. Chris opens, min raises to 20. Crispy Bacon min 3-bet to 30. I don't know what the hell's going on
What are we
anymore.
watching? Chris flops open-ended. Brian flops a piece of it.
What the hell is happening out there?
This is so weird.
Get me in the game.
Yeah.
I bet ace is cracked that way before you should. Okay.
I don't understand.
Now the jack peels. It's anybody's pot right here. This is weird. This pot got weird.
And Brian, who called with just a pair of 8s, now leads the turn. Repping trip jacks.
I agree with White Kong. I can't figure out exactly how long it would take me to go broke at this table. Like, I don't know. I don't know if I would just play it great or just like explode. I don't know what happens.
There's so much weird stuff going on. I mean, you're gonna be in a lot of spots where you're gonna be like flipping a coin, be like, am I good? You know, spades get there now. Should slow things down. Except he's Brian, and he has no slow down. He's actually good, leading to 25.
Weird. That was. All right, so we're gonna set a record tonight for most just weird pots in this game.
It got weird, didn't it?
Yeah.
It's hard to play, you know, like upper level, elite level poker against in a table like this where it seems like there's a lot of like random oddball stuff going on. It's a $10 straddle. Someone min raises for 20. Someone min re-raises for 30. And if I'm in the pot like behind them, I have no idea where.
Wait, what's their range? What's their range there?
Okay,
you have no idea.
Yeah, obviously 9-10 off, 6-3 off must be in the range.
Yeah.
Like,
No way, not at all. It's so crazy.
but okay, so I'm playing last night with Mr. Bacon, and he said, okay, oh, you're commentating tomorrow night? I'm playing the game. It's going to be great. And I said, don't be a nit. You know,
That's what you told him?
And he says, "Don't worry." So,
Well, I think he just
min
fulfilled
3-betting.
he fulfilled his promise by min 3-betting with 3-6. Promise has been fulfilled.
Punt for fun because we're stones and we play table stakes, baby. Long car opens up the pot to 20 with ace 8. Brandon now picking up the ace king. Makes it 65 to go. 50. Check that. Makes it 50. Smaller 3-bet.
Brian, did Brian luck king 10?
And Chris is going to cold call the 3-bet from the straddle with a jack 8 suited. Action back on long car now.
He's definitely
At
gonna
this
hop in
price,
there
he's
now.
got a call. 4-betting is an option. I don't like it. But then again, I don't like most things.
4-9-5, couple of spades here. A whiff city for everybody. Brandon's ace king still leads.
Punt for fun. We keep seeing this because everyone's blasted.
Yeah. If you'll notice behind everybody, there's, well actually not technically, but most people there's a table with at least a cocktail or 4.
Yeah.
And honestly, if Veronica was here, their alcohol ratio would probably be up like another 30-40% on top. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah.
At least.
Everyone likes to trap themselves. That's why. No, it's a $500 max buy.
It is a 500. The graphic at the bottom actually is wrong. So
it's a $500 max buy, and we put table stakes after that.
Yeah.
And it's only 1-3.
Let's do a 1-3 with a $100 max buy. So everybody just has to like punt off all in every time.
Someone, if they actually had that, there's like almost like no, with the right cast of characters, there's almost like no chance that we wouldn't all just like shove it in dark first hand, so that we can all
just rebuy for
like
1,000. That'd be
yeah.
so sick. That'd be so sick. Master C, yes, this is Veronica and Friends. However, she's sick. Dad dying, fell off the cliff, hit by a bus. Liverpool.
The HIV flared up.
It's real.
Yeah.
It's real for her. So it's just friends tonight. In friends. Just friends.
Just friends.
Hashtag just friends.
He's got too much ego for that.
Nothing more. Don't even think about it.
$6 straddle, Eblim's in the 4s, Crispy Bacon.
That's the only reason I'm a little
Crispy Bacon says put in 20 and check it down.
So Ebs is totally going to river 4. That's what that means.
There's absolutely no way in Chicago. There was a
Last time it ended up being Lawn and Friends. I guess Lawn's a little busy.
Vodka and Friends is much more accurate. Wine and Friends. Dead Grapes and Friends.
But Lawn also like super snapped. Got busted last time.
Head plots a set of 4s.
Of course he did. Second down all day.
There's this much of a chance.
Ebs like just about.
Although he gets counterfeited. His pair is good, but he gets counterfeited.
Yeah.
So sick. Had that not been a bargain pot, Ed might have. I'm curious to see how that pot would have got played out had they not made a deal.
Because then any other pair or even the jack.
Yeah,
crushes.
everything he loses down to everything. And Baldy says that we need the honorary B straddle.
I'll agree with that.
Yeah. It's not even close.
What are the odds? Can't beat someone who's
Like crazy, and then all of a sudden.
Hebrew Hammer, yes, it is 1-3. It's 1-3 that occasionally has a $30 straddle.
Yeah, 1-3-30, guys.
Right now, we are playing 1-3-6. Mike straddled for 6. I know, he probably would have check folded the ace-9. Unless Eb checks back. If Eb checks back a set of 4s and a heads-up pot, then Chris might lead the turn to protect his equity with ace-high. In which case, then he raises. And then it probably would have gone check-check, bet, raise, fold.
Look, if you want to talk about hypotheticals, you just talk to Jake privately. He'll hook you up with like a hand analysis, 1-2 hours long? You just ask him, man. He'll take care of you.
Well, I'll tell you all about a hand that never happened.
Yeah. Stones Live, Jake Edition, 3 hours, 3 hands. You're going to love it. You're going to love it.
Brian makes it 25 to go off the button with 5s.
Whee! So this is fun. So you got top pair and a straight draw for Crispy Bacon, who needs Brian's 5. Oh, there we go. Yay.
9 now. Crispy Bacon's open-ended with a pair.
Club draw for Long Car.
And 2 overs. Mike's got a bet.
And Long Car straight draw, too, for 10 peels.
Inside
Game
straight
over.
draw, flush draw, 2 live overs.
Long Car has like too many outs against Crispy Bacon right now.
Mayweather's gonna put on a show. He's gonna dance.
The problem is, Crispy Bacon knows he has like the crappy end of that. If he sees a 10, he's got to think that he doesn't love life. If he sees a 5, he's like, okay, whatever.
Well, it's not just that it's that he wouldn't get paid.
Yeah.
Mike bricks. If Crispy Bacon checks, he's got a bet. Mike gives up.
Boom.
Big one fans. I'm sorry.
White Calling, your submission video, man, is pretty good, man. I like it. And I noticed that hat. I believe that was from the Aria swag pack that we got in the VIP room there. Very nice. Nicely done.
The VPIP room?
Yeah, it was pretty solid. It was the only room where you could watch it, and we took a Snapchat of this. It was the only room you could walk in, because we're watching a live stream of Super High Roller, so like Negroni busts out, he walks in the room, and then he's just like watching, critiquing his own hand on the screen, so it's just like, it's like Negroniception. It's Negroni watching Negroni. He's like, I knew that guy turned trips on me, blah, 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 and he's just like, yes, look at this, right here, this is so great.
My favorite thing that I saw so far from the summer of the series was in the 10K heads up, Ryan Fee beating Jason Mercier wearing the Bad Reg t-shirt.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I just like when I heard that they were playing and like day 2 or day 3, whatever was the heads up, and I'm like thinking like, please will Ryan Fee wear the shirt? And he did, and he crushed him, which is great. Like, if you wear that shirt and you get beat, there's so much variance in heads-up play that, like, I mean, you can totally be a way better player than someone, and just a couple wrong flips of the coin, and you're done.
King 10 versus King 10 versus Ace 9.
Hope fun for the good guys.
Yeah, I know. Ace 9 ahead here. Brian actually with a wheel draw. Possible running flush potential.
Four comes off.
I just love how you have Crispy Bacon turning around, pouring a whole bottle of wine into a glass. Like, not just I'll have a glass, it's here's a bottle.
I thought that was a Shaolin warrior tattoo.
Because he's a classy broad.
Yeah. Isn't a wine bottle just like the large beer bottle? Like, it's fine. Don't worry about it. And Lucas takes it down with a bet.
And that was just your girlfriend.
Massive Seasons, I feel like my 3-bet percentage would be like 200% in this game. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Here it is. We should show that off here. So it's Negreanu. Watching Negreanu. Wait for it. Mind blown. There it is. Easy money.
It is funny though that Master C says that. Like I watched these streams happen, and I'm like, man, I 3-bet a lot of hands. Like everyone else flats. I don't know. I see so many hands in poker that are like, okay, like re-raise or fold, and I tend to like take the more aggro line on most hands.
And it's funny because like there's some people like I've played with a couple people and even people who just did it but didn't even really realize that they did it, who played on the stream who were like, I raised 90% of my buttons. Like that they're just like, I had no idea that it was straight 90%.
Yeah.
Like,
sounds about right.
Very rarely, and if I'm not raising my button, I'm folding because it's like 9 deuce. And most of the time, I'm even raising that, so it doesn't even matter.
Brian now makes it 15 to go with a 7-8 off. Long card calls King Jack off, and Lucas picks up bullets in the button. I'm sorry, in the big line.
Big, which is like the best place ever.
Re-raise at 45. It's not enough to get Brian off. He's gonna make a call, and Mike feels priced in. Mike's in a weird spot. He's got position. Oh no, he's out of position. Wow, as far as Mike calls King Jack. I know he's getting a price, but
boom. Oh, 6, 7, 8 on the flop. Top 2 for Brian. No wonder Brian is the crusher.
And this is how Brian ruins people's lives.
Oh, this is how Brian gets people to leave the building and just be like, why? How? What happened?
Lucas checks. I hope he's not going to check raising that board. 6, 7, 8 is not the board you want to be check raising.
No, it's so coordinated. There's a flush draw too. Like, oh god, another 8 on the turn. Boatski City for Brian. Where's the ace on the river for the super setup?
It's a good card for Lucas if Brian had a hand like 6, 7. We now lose the trip 8s. We can't beat flush draws, we can't beat straight draws. It might be premature for this sizing. In this size pot, I don't think we can fold the aces yet. If our opponent bets the river and bets large, we're probably going to have to give it away. Or give it up, I should say.
And brick on the river does complete the possible flush draw, though.
Should help Lucas get away from this hand.
Yeah. I was gonna say, but you can't. I mean,
Brian's gonna be, please have spades.
Yeah. Oh
please
my god.
Have spades.
Oh my god.
Brian's probably gonna go pretty big here. There's 365 in the pot.
Yeah,
Brian
all of it.
Says all in.
He says all
Brian
of it.
overbets the pot.
God, it looks so sick, and it's so sick. If Lucas wants to hero call with ace, oh god, so sick. It's so sick.
Now Lucas might be thinking if Brian was on a flush draw and got there, why would he bet so much?
Right? You know what I mean? That's why it's so gnarly. That's why it's such a random bet.
If I'm in there with Lucas and like, hey, some part of poker, sometimes we're gonna get bluffed. I think at this price, there's no way we can call it. We can hero call with aces.
Yeah.
It's Brian, but Brian, I mean, Brian plays a lot of hands, a wide range. Brian doesn't dump truck this kind of money on dry bluffs.
And it is,
he just doesn't do it.
And it is a sick bet because Lucas is like, what hand do you have there where you're actually bluffing it? I mean, what hand do you have there where you're just like, yeah, all day.
Brian figures every flush he's gonna call. And all the other marginal hands, he might as well, like I said, they might as well make it look bluffy. I mean, betting 900 into 365 might have been a little bit much. I was thinking, like, when he said bet, I thought that Brian might go like 3, which might accomplish the same thing, but might keep some of the more marginal call hands. Like, I mean, 300. I wonder what Lucas does for 300 with aces. I think he's still full.
I think he does, but he's going to teeter on the fence for a minute there. He's going to think about it.
I mean, that card, I think we have to fold. I mean, yeah. I mean, but
should have bet $3. Min bet.
Click. Get your opponent to like min click back.
Just get him to spaz. Bet 6 and then jam it. Then say, I'm all in. 2K.
Get your opponent to make it 100 and then you shove 9. Should have hit $3. I love it. Oh my god. Brian makes 15 to go. Chris and Mike come along. Lucas now with queens. He didn't just call. Lucas just calls queens. Lucas has fallen out of love with big pairs.
Oh, case queen on the flop. So sick.
And Lucas leads small. It's a good lead.
15. Now, Alicia also spiked that queen. And everybody's going to come
now
along
Lucas,
for a piece.
a non-diamond comes. Lucas
Show me a 5. Show me a 5 so Alicia has... Oh, God. Now, here's his vengeance on Brian. Right here. So now Brian turns trips.
Lucas checks.
This is so sick. What a reverse setup. The poker gods have a great sense of humor.
Alicia should be checking. She does. Brian puts in the bet. Dead to one out.
And we flat. Was he trying to raise and get back? Yeah, no. We flat all day here.
No, Alicia will get away.
Watch a 5.
We want to keep our opponent's bluffs in here, so Lucas should be checking the river.
6 or a 5 would be sick. It's alright. It's not going to change much.
Now, ace is a complicated card here. So we're trying to keep our opponent's bluffs in. He might still value bet ace X of diamonds. Lucas should be checking here. Or I'm sorry, I should say, I would check if I was Lucas.
Oh, he does. He does.
I like it.
So now Brian's going to pop off.
Brian has to value bet.
The classic river check raise. And then you sit there, you're like, what happened? What happened?
If I'm Brian, I'm putting in a decent bet. Like you're probably going to get called by most queens. If our opponent had ace X of diamonds,
and that's what he's doing. He's putting in about, what, 175, 200, something like that? 175. 150. Did he just say call?
No, he did not.
He just called. Yeah. He just said call. Kind of surprised we didn't see a raise there. I mean, what are you scared of? Quads or aces? I'm a little confused there. I mean, that's what you're going for. That's not a check call hand.
Lucas played a hand like he had king queen.
Yeah.
Or something not queen's full.
I'm thoroughly confused right now. Guys, I don't think there's any sort of collusion there. I don't think these are the guys who collude. Considering he shifted on him earlier trying to get it to call. There's no collusion there.
In like this like super leveling world of Inception, it's like level balancing.
Are you gonna try to level right here?
I'm like Lucas is like like thinking like I need to have a super knit flatting range. Like no, like I'm
This is
like
I can't.
wow. All right.
Okay, good talk. Welcome back to Stone's Live.
That said, if Lucas raises any street now, everyone's gonna like write him off like from like Mega Nest, right?
Crispy Bacon back to 6-3, raising 15. Let's go.
If we're check calling queens full, what hands are we raising on any street? If he puts any money in the pot, I'm just folding. I'm folding aces if they're not the same color.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. So Alicia here flops top. Crispy Bacon does spike a piece of it. Our original aggressor spikes mid pair.
My brain's still broken.
I'm
sorry.
I'm sitting here just like from that last hand. I'm just like, you know.
Alicia has ace king.
Yep. And Crispy Bacon here now wakes up with a pair or a straight draw 2 for 5 peels.
Money bags, get down here. Free money. And even when you're beat, it doesn't cost you that much. Evidently,
This game is in Sacramento. Get here now.
your opponent's got trips and you got top boat, or you got a boat, and he's just gonna say, "Don't worry, bro. I know you just like got me in a pot, but I like you still."
I mean, it would have been so random. Like, what if he just pulled the exact same like jam all in, like the same move that Brian just pulled on him?
It would have been good. Like it might have looked a little bit vindictive.
Yeah.
Which
I don't
maybe
know.
it might have a better chance of like
of him calling. I don't know. It was just weird the way we're like. The fact he didn't raise. I question so many things in my life. Hello, Ghost of Van. What's going on?
Bro. Travgy, what's going on? It's weird. Poker's a strange animal. I don't know.
Moneybag says, I'm in New York City. I'm thinking about taking a cab all the way there. I'll still break even. Love it. Love it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, if you took an Uber, you'd probably be up. Damn, all the way.
Yeah.
All right, welcome back, guys. If you're just tuning in for the first time and don't know what the hell's going on, make sure you click that heart and follow us, aka also subscribe to us on YouTube. We're here with you every Monday and Wednesday, spewing cash game action. Sometimes it's crazy and sometimes it's just nuts.
Lucas opens the pot, makes $10 to go with the ace-4 off. Alicia makes call on the button with a suited ace-9.
Ace 7-6 on the flop, couple of hearts. Lucas does connect with his ace as well as Alicia. Lucas has what we call kicker problems.
Got backdoor hearts, backdoor straight.
I said kicker problems.
But also kicker problems, yes. Should be a check call for
Lucas has percentage problems. He's at 17.
He takes the call. Here comes hearts.
Why did you say that? Now his percentage problems are getting less. So you can see there are outs at the top, guys. Those are calculated with true outs. Any of the grayed out ones are cards that were already folded. So those aren't actually able to get hit unless this deck is really weird.
Lucas gives it up.
That gets through.
Trav G.
Trav G, yo.
Trav G.
Throw up a gang sign too. While you're at it.
Clever Jerk 21. No one knows what's going on. That's correct. Apparently you're the only one that knows that no one knows what's going on. It's just weird. Trav G. I get it.
Are you sure?
No.
It's an uppercase G too, so you got to pronounce with a little extra oomph. Yeah.
With an
Come on, you were singing Ice Ice Baby before it even started.
I did.
Don't pretend you weren't. All right, looks like it was a live 10 straddle here by Brian.
Tyrone 951, welcome to the game. Lucas is going to limp the king queen. It's a $10 straddle. Alicia now with tens says no limping allowed. Malcolm says yes. Brian's not going to call because he's got two cards that almost make sense to play. Lucas priced in, and away we go. Nice. Flop comes 4-6-9. Top pair for Brian. Alicia's still good though with her overpair. And Brian's gonna lead out into Alicia and say, "What's up? What's going on?"
Oh man, we were just talking about that ridiculous four non-blondes on it.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Bet 30, call 30.
Alicia's gonna call. Oh, bingo bango for Alicia here on the turn. Top
Oops.
set. Now let's see what this does to Brian. If he was scared before, he's probably a little more scared now.
Brian
and
says
he's not.
no.
He says, boom, there's a stack. 181 in the pot. Looks like he's gonna fire about 100.
There's 2 flush draws out there.
And Alicia calls. It goes running flush potential.
Backdoor flush gets there. I would be less worried about Brian leading out with spades. I mean, what's it gonna be like 5-7 of spades?
Yeah.
I mean, we should be like way good here.
And especially when he checks.
Alicia.
Yeah. Oh, I can't believe Alicia checked back there. Brian's never gonna check a hand that beats your set of 10s there on the river to you ever. I would have gone for value. But Alicia, you know, we've seen her done that a few times tonight where she just doesn't go for value. She just plays it safe and just, you know, shows down. Not necessarily my first preference because I like money a little bit more than that. But, you know, we'll go with it.
Bravo Wolf, he had the chance. He's the Brian who plays everything. Easy money. Poker's weird.
Guys, if it's easy money, come on down. Like I said, we got a wicked list for this game, but there is 10 other cash games going right now. Download the Stones Gambling Hall app, and you can see the games you have going. You can actually put yourself up on the list remotely, straight up. You don't even have to call in. Don't even waste your time. Just click a button.
I love the app. Willie Money says that they're playing like it's 2006. A lot of players' poker brains quit expanding. I'm not saying like these players. I'm just saying like a lot of players like became like intellectually like poker capped.
Yeah.
And like around like, you know, they had advanced technology. Once that point, and like Jamie Gold wins the World Series Poker Main Event, at that point she's like, okay, well now nothing matters. You just got to run good, right?
Yeah.
So why think about it? I just watched Jamie Gold win all the monies.
Yeah, it's got to run good.
Just got to run good.
All the money.
There's no thinking. There's no strategy involved.
If you buy to enough tournaments, you'll run good one of them.
Eventually, and win $12 million.
Yeah, hopefully it's that one.
And then get sued because you tried to screw over your business partner.
Yeah.
10-7-7, 2 spades.
Brian, the king of hitting trips. He loves those sevens. They've treated him real well tonight.
Gotta buy some new shoes.
This is even inducing our viewers to do a little run back. They're like, oh my god, this is tilting me and I'm not even at this table. So bad. So turns a queen, top for long car here. Alicia still with the straight draw. She can spike a 9.
Alicia's trying to lay her own price to draw.
And Brian with quads, because reasons.
Because he's Brian.
Because you always make quads of 7-6. That's standard. And long card doesn't necessarily hate this card. Makes it less likely that Brian would have a 7. Brian, of course, checks quads. Long car exercises the option of bet. He bets 45 into 136.
You gotta think about it.
And now Brian's gonna grab a little Academy Award here.
Min raise?
The min click is so sick. A little more than min click. Let's call it 200. 175.
And this is gross. This looks like quads. And
Yeah.
Mike knows it. Spades missed. Would our opponent really rep spades? Mike says,
Oh, he
prove
does
it.
make the call with the one chip, seeing if they're chopping, and they are not. It's always rough to throw in
would
the
be-
one chip call and then have to put in more
I mean,
chips.
it would be a really
because-
interesting
yeah.
raise with a queen there to try to get your opponent like off a chop.
And the whole check raising to get your opponent off a chop is not like outside of Brian's scope of things.
No.
Which
Brian
is
has
why-
some kind of gears
yeah.
in there, which I mean,
And Longcar knows that, which is why I mean that's not.
yeah. I mean, the only downside is we're calling for a chop, though, which it still sucks.
It's so sick.
Yeah, it sucks.
It's sick.
It
We
sucks.
talked about that. Somebody else was recently saying like, why do we hear that term all the time in poker? Like, oh, sick. Why does everybody say sick? Because it is. It's so sick.
It makes you feel really bad about humanity.
Sometimes just sick. I'm not talking like the way Veronica feels right now at home, like puking into a bucket, but just other types of sick.
Yeah. Crispy Bacon with a king jack offsuit ignores all the poker theory books and opens up to 15 under the gun.
Well, he's also opened up to 15 or 20 multiple times with 3-6. So again,
This game's playing, you know, like whatever.
Zero
Like
bacon
whatevs.
given. Brian waking up with ace queen. That's definitely way too good to hit quads. You need something like 7-6 for that.
Justin the call brings Chris in.
Boom, disco for Brian as usual. Ace 6-7, couple of diamonds. Top 2 for Brian. The run good is real.
Crispy Bacon does pick up an inside straight draw and nut no pair. Checks back.
Brian's finally going to go for some value here, and everybody's going to run for the hills. Now that dealer there in the box, Paul, that is the one and only Paul we were talking
That's
about.
a resident artist.
Who made these hats. So if you come in, you want some sweet.
He's done some absolutely sick work.
So sick.
The Michael Jordan portrait you did for Brittany and Seth. Oh my God.
Yeah, and everything he does is like one-off custom.
Yeah.
Like, so it's not like he's just. I mean, you just ask him, hey, here's what I want, give him a picture, and he'll just interpret it and just go to town.
Yeah, I've seen he's done work for the Dodgers, the San Jose Sharks, for the A's. Guy, like I said, talented, you know, is a severe understatement. Michael Longcar, under the gun, undoubtedly tweeting about how he just ran into quads. Lucas, we just give out kings here like it's nobody's business. Brian with the queen 10 suit is going to make a call on the button. Malcolm he called 10-8 off. I think Malcolm went a little card dead and is like, screw it. And now Chris also with the kings. Let's get an ace on the flop and watch everyone panic.
Oh my God! Of course. No. Okay. Normally kings attract an ace. So you give 2 kings, ace magnets all day. Now normally kings are no good at stones already. So if 2 players have kings, you know they're definitely no good.
No 4-bet from Lucas. I'm really surprised there. Come on, Brian. Get in there.
Do it, Brian. Do it. Oh, he's grabbing for green. So guys, if you're just tuning in,
Oh my God.
green chips are 25s, reds are 5s, whites are hundos, blues are dollars.
It'll come like ace queen 4. Brian will like bet a queen and then we'll fold.
Oh God. This
Clubs.
is sick. This
Yes.
is so sick. So now this gives a flush draw to Brian. Obviously running clubs will give Chris the monster hand. So sick. So Chris insta-fires here.
175.
Oh man, get ready guys. If you're sitting down, if you're not, you better be.
Does Lucas have a 4-bet range? Evidently not. If you're not 4-betting kings, then you don't have a 4-bet. Like, then you're 4-betting aces plus.
What's it, every time we have big pocket pairs, it's like a super coordinated 3-card in a row board with like a flush draw.
If Brian puts in a fat raise here, the range of hands that Brian plays, one players might figure Brian for a set, or figure Brian for 2 pair. The problem with it, also he has 1 pair straight draw, 1 pair flush, or or flush draws.
It's so sick. Okay, he flats. Now what's Brian gonna do, right? Because by him not spazzing out and raising, Brian's gonna be all over this board.
Brian he can only call here. I mean, we have no fold equity here. Raising suicide. We're just like loading a pot.
Oh, and everybody hates that card.
Except for Brian. Brian's gonna pretend to have the card. It's gonna go check, and Brian's gonna take advantage.
Pretty hard. That's real easy game, right?
And now, if anybody had an ace-high flush draw, right? They don't know this, but if anybody had an ace-high flush draw, now it makes the wheel. So both kings check over to Brian. Now, what line is Brian going to take here?
Brian's gonna bet 500.
Pot's at 936.
Oh, Brian, come on!
Good, he gets it.
Everyone gets there.
So sick.
Oh, but Brian, oh my God, Brian flushes out.
Brian flushes out.
The ace might save them, but now they're just straight on the board.
It's so sick. So
They all
now,
wanted to check through.
and again, Brian's the player who could bet to get you off a chop. So now they both check over to Brian, who makes the flush.
See, I'm referring to the flop. I don't think Brian has any fold equity on the flop.
Oh, it's so sick.
Or I don't think he has much fold equity. He has much less fold equity than we would otherwise want to have when we're raising flush draws on the flop. In a 3-bet pot multi-way we've had a big bet and a call already, but we're gonna have much less fold equity when we're raising
Grabbing
flush
chips.
draws.
Both these players, both Chris and Lucas, are watching Brian like a hawk right now to see if he's full of crap. And the sick part is, what if Chris calls? Do you call if you're Lucas?
Chris has the nut blocker.
It's so sick. If Chris calls,
If Lucas has to fold.
it's so sick.
This is a gross hand.
It's disgusting.
And this is how Brian ruins people's lives.
This is how Brian makes you just yell at yourself in the car on the drive home.
Brian bets small enough to make people curious. Brian would prefer to be a non-ace club. No, he didn't want the ace clubs come off. Because I mean, now it puts the straight out there. And now players are now thinking like they're calling for chops. I mean that's. But now look at how much money's in the pot. There's 1,300 in the pot. It costs you 3 to call. And you actually, because it's a three-way pot. If Chris were to call and were to chop it up here, he would still make money in the hand.
Because of the money Lucas is putting.
Yeah, exactly.
He'd still end up net positive a few $100 here.
You don't got to worry about ace-X here. Honestly, I mean, the straight's on the board. When you're worried about a 6, Chris calls.
Oh my God! Now does Lucas have to? Does Lucas have to overcall here? It's so
Lucas
sick.
can fold now.
Oh my God! It's so disgusting. What a river
Sean
card.
McCormick thinks that the ace clubs has been paid more than random clubs because people will now call off for chops.
Well, that's what you have here. You have Chris calling off the chop. Oh my God! Is Lucas gonna call too? Is Brian just gonna sweep everybody here? So sick.
You see the wheels turning. Lucas had, divide by 1, carry the 2, tap the chips, had
Oh my
kings.
God! He's doing the old knuckle into the chips.
God, I could have 4-bet. Why didn't I 4-bet pre? I could have 4-bet pre. It just would have happened.
Never be in this situation and just be chopping. Loud noises. I'm angry. And the sick part is he could have a 6.
Nat says that we should call for fun's sake. I love Nat. Nat's one of my favorite humans.
That's it. If he calls this, White Cog's buying his plane ticket for Vegas right now.
Oh my God.
Now there's plane tickets on the line.
Lucas. Did he show the kings?
No, dude, he can't deal with it. He hates it so much. Oh, he does let it go.
Lucas correctly folds.
Look, and even Chris is already in folding posture mode here. Look. Yeah, nice clubs.
Flush.
I want to hear him announce he had kings, so... Oh, man. It's too bad. We almost got White calling to get a plane ticket out here.
Hey-ya. Poker's gross.
It's so gross. It's so sick. That's what we were talking about.
So sick.
And that, my friends, is how Brian goes all the way up.
The legend of Brian continues.
I've gone broke a few times. I've seen nothing but the good.
Brian just sends you to the parking lot with your head just like spinning, and you're like, oh, what happened? I blacked out.
Yeah, I know. Trust me, I know.
Have some solid history.
I have been Brian before. But you know,
man.
Brian's a great guy. Brian, he takes it with the best of them. He really is one of the better guys, to play cards with here at Stones. Gives action, rolls off shoulder. He does not give a shit.
Yeah.
And
1,000 on 11.
he's here to have fun. And it's always fun, ruining people's days when they both have kings.
God. And everybody's thinking, how do we let Brian in there? Which one of us didn't 9-bet that and just get Brian out of there?
And kids, this is why we 4-bet.
Right there.
Not to be results oriented.
Well, because if you boil that entire story all the way back down, he's never in there against a 4-bet.
No.
Poker's easy, guys. Hindsight bias, 2020. All the way.
Alicia makes 20 to go. Malcolm now 3-bets to 75 with the ace-5 offsuit. Only way we can play that hand. Chris is going to cold call the win. Now, Chris just lost a huge... He got his king's crack, lost a big pot. Might be, a little bit on the steam pipe here.
Yeah, he freshly rebought. These are fresh chips. These chips have no bad mojo, no bad voodoo. Voodoo-free chips. Guys, if you guys want to hop in one of these juicy games, JFK Stones chiming in the chat there. He has 2 seats left for the 5-5 on this upcoming Monday.
Nat says he's in. Come on, get down here. Crush this game. Alicia, she's got about the right price to call, or the right implied odds. So she thinks that Malcolm's got a big pair, and Hill's going to call off for the rest of her stack.
She is going to do a little set mining. Bring it on. All right, so three-way action here to the flop.
I only did that because of our last hand.
5, 5, 10. Lots
And
of
when you
fives for
3-bet the ace
Malcolm.
5.
God, you 3-bet ace 5 and you hit trips. Guys, is this rigged? Is this real life?
Trav G, I'll play the big 1-3, 2-5 usually, 5-10. I played 10-20 on the stream here. I'll play it all, 5-5 PLO, 5-10 PLO 8. I play the pokers.
Play the pokers.
I played limit hold'em as big as 20-40 limit. I've never played 36 or higher, but yeah. And my no limit 10-20 is about as big as I play.
And dude, some of these games that we've had here, like, dude, like 10-20, like live 40, live 50 straddles, and just like what happened?
Yeah.
What is this?
Shit, some of the 1-3 games we had a live
I call it so someone threw my
300 in the 1-3.
Yeah, why not? Because reasons.
Because reasons.
I call blood.
And you can live anything here. You can live up to half your stack.
Yeah.
So as long as you have enough bet to back it up. So if you have 1,000 for you, you can do a live 500.
Yeah.
And then just go the other 500 no peaky, because why does it matter at that point?
At that point, yeah, you're any two, you get the right
Winning. Lucas waking up with 7 deuce. Not going to take the Brian Bold strategy betting line on that
You
one.
didn't know you had bought this the whole time.
So I walked over and checked my hand on the river.
Game's sick.
I'm all in.
Yeah, I'm like, what the?
King 9-7 full spades. And way out in front here.
It was like
should have straight draw.
$7,500 like or something. He's like, I have to call.
Oh, and Alicia binks it. Look at that.
Actually
No spades for anybody.
I was like, this is fucked.
That was the craziest hand ever. Yeah, I was king 8 was a flop. I had
Poker Ferg says he's never seen a live 500. Like I said, I've seen specifically in the Veronica and Friends 1-3 a live 300.
I've seen 1,000 in the dark. There's no money behind, just all in
Yeah.
no peaky, 1,000 in the dark.
I wish that was almost
Ebb folds. You know, hats off to these players for maintaining, you know, the integrity that is traditionally the 1-3 Veronica and Friends shit show.
Yeah. Kobe says, hey guys, can I buy this deck somewhere? Can I buy this super crazy setup deck anywhere, please?
So sick. Gus888, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Echo Brian S04. I know I'm saying that wrong. Welcome.
I would say you can buy this deck, just take out all the bad cards, but everything seems to be hitting quads, so there really are no bad
Yeah, why not?
cards.
Yeah,
It
we can't
doesn't-
take any sevens on the others.
Just keep going.
Once again, kids, when you're running, when you go card dead, pretend to have better cards. Pretend to run good.
It's true.
Just pretend to run good, and it gets there.
Pretend like you always have aces and you're good to go.
Ace, King, 10, 2 hearts. Both Malcolm and Alicia flop aces. Alicia's got an inside straight draw and the best kicker to go with hers. Sly Cry, yes, this table is representing the Veronica and Friends game very well. They're doing her proud.
If Veronica was here, though, they'd be barreling 6 packs of wine.
Oh my god.
It's true.
You know you can chain smoke wine.
It's so real.
Oh my god.
So Alicia bets 35 over to Malcolm, and we saw him 3-bet a hands like ace-5 earlier, but looks like he's going to flat call this right here.
Yeah, we can't fold the ace yet. We had some kicker issues, but
so kind of pretty much brick peels off here. Alicia is not going to slow down. She's reaching for more chips. Pot's at 133. She looks like she's pumping in about 80 bucks. Once again, guys, if you're just tuning in, make sure you click that heart and follow us here on Twitch. We're here with you live every Monday and Wednesday on Stones Live, as well as you can subscribe on YouTube.
like in poker, what if you aren't even good with aces? It's what happens. At this point, Alicia's fired 2 streets on this board. Malcolm knows it.
Yeah.
He's beat.
He knows he needs to catch up.
Yeah.
You know. Let's it go.
What happened to long car?
Yeah, long car, yeah, he took off.
Seat open 11.
Probably had a hot date. It's not unlike long car.
Talking about some hot stuff, baby. Sorry. Hey,
And again, guys, if you're just tuning in, thank you definitely for clicking that heart and following us. The red chips are 5s, the greens are 25s, and the blues are dollars.
Bayoko San, welcome to the stream. It is 1-3, no limit hold'em, stacks are deep, players are drinking, and we're having a good old time.
Monster Hunter 8064, what's going on, buddy? Welcome. All right, so Chris, our resident fun guy here, 8s pops it up to 15. Crispy Bacon makes the call. Lucas calls as well. Eb's going to come along. Malcolm's getting away. So 4 players to the flop. 7-7-4. I was like, seriously, where's Brian with another 7? How can you not? So Chris in the lead here with 8s. He's gonna bet 25. Everybody runs for the hills.
Easy game.
Easy game, guys. Bet it and win it.
Suited Aces asked, who is in for a last longer in Sunday's tourney? This Sunday is Stone's Gambling Hall, last Sunday of the month, 30K guarantee, $300 buy-in, deep stack tournament. Good event. Usually we get anywhere from 10 to 15K for first. Single day event. We'll be broadcasting the final table live this Sunday.
Yeah, we'll broadcast live. Normally it goes live somewhere around 9 o'clock, 8, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, depending.
I don't know. I haven't final tabled in a while.
I know. I just know they call me out of bed and I'm like, okay, I'm coming in.
I keep telling myself I'm retiring from tournaments, and then I keep making money every time, or not every time, sometimes.
Oh, see, here's the problem: is that you play cash so you can feed your tournament addiction.
It's true though, yeah. I'm dying a little bit inside right now, being in the booth. I mean, we're having a good time. It's a great game to watch. I mean, we're not bored here at all, but like, there's some really good games out there. And I'm a poker player, so I got the itch to play.
It's okay. You want to just tie you off? Just put the needle right in the vein?
Right there, just do it.
Fresh liquid poker chip. All right, so Malcolm pops it up here at 25 with King, Queen. Chris calls it Ace Jack. Monster flop for Ace Jack. Malcolm does have a straight draw here to Broadway if a 10 comes.
And a better backdoor diamond draw.
And a backdoor diamond draw.
Backdoor oots happen. Runner happens.
Oof, close to that. Not enough. So now, guys, if you take a look at the top there, it says he has 3 outs instead of 4. That's because a 10 was folded pre-flop. That's why we gray it out, so we calculate true outs. So in his head, he's thinking he's got 4 outs, but he only has 3.
120.
Winner. Chris, coming back on the upswing a little bit.
Crispy Bacon finishing off with another bottle of wine. Always a good sign. Always a good sign. You know what? Poker's supposed to be fun. I mean, a lot of us take it way too seriously. There's a lot of heartache and heartbreak that happens, you know, and money changes hands and shit like that. But like, poker's supposed to be fun, you know. And Crispy Bacon, he's a guy who's here to have fun.
Absolutely.
And drink too much wine. And you know, it's Wine Wednesday, half price off all bottles of wine, and he's gonna take full advantage.
You know, I noticed actually a lot of players in this room generally are pretty chill. They're pretty cool. I mean, a couple bad eggs. Don't get me wrong, right? Like anywhere else, but most players are pretty chill. I mean, you're a little questionable, but most players are pretty chill.
So Gus888 poses an interesting question, something that you and I were talking about right before the stream started. It says, after you hit a few big hands, how long do you wait before you get up after the table?
Oh my God.
We're just talking about this.
Just talking about this. So literally this guy just puts this horrendous beat on me up in Tahoe over the weekend. And before the dealer even finished just pushing him the pot, he literally says, oh good, thank God, I can go home and go to sleep now. And like gets up and starts grabbing racks. And I'm like, really dude? Like that's bad form. And then next hand's getting dealt around and he's like, deal me out. I'm like, hell no, deal that guy in. Like, are you kidding me? It was just a bad form. Even if you're gonna sit there and fold the next 10 hands, you know, it's just bad form to rake a big pot and then like run to the door with your money. It just is.
Lucas now bets 20 with his turn pair of queens. Chris makes a call with a pair of 6s, and
oh my God, disco for Chris.
Backdoor's a 3 of a kind.
Trip 6s, the mark of the beast.
We already got 2 Chris's, we don't need 2 Brians.
There we go.
We can get a clone, we're good.
We were just talking about that before the stream, and I'm like, oh, it's the worst. I made it a point to let him know that he sucked at life. He was not a nice human.
Went to Vegas, left Vegas.
So Lucas bets 50 here. Chris raises to 110.
Lambo Lance, what do you go smoke a cigarette and take your blinds back 10 minutes? Well, that's in cash game poker. They don't take your blinds, so you'd be just occupying a seat, which is like double works. Chris takes it down. So like, we're saying like I've been in a spot where like I was like, you know, okay, mental note, like, all right, this is gonna be my last hand, or like I'm gonna play until my button and then leave, and then I stack somebody or something like that, and then I feel compelled. I hate it when people do that. When people like they hit and run. So then I sat there and like played for like another like 45 minutes to an hour longer than I'm already tired. I want to go home. Yeah. But I don't want to be that guy that hits and runs. You know? Yeah. So like now what I've gotten in the habit of doing, and for those of you, it's
you give a little warning.
Give a warning, yeah. Like hey, I'll sit there, like, all right, you guys got me till midnight, then I'm leaving. Or hey, I'm gonna play through my button, then I'm leaving. Just in case something big comes up, and it doesn't. Players don't think that you're doing a smash and grab, that you're just hitting and running in, because that is the worst. And we've all taken it on the wrong end, gotten drawn out on, sucked out, and we all hate it. We all feel that pain. And the worst thing is when someone does it to you, and then racks up and leaves and doesn't give you the opportunity to try to like get some of that money back. Like no one likes that. So like if that's gonna happen, and it does happen, you know, you got chips and rack, and a big hand explodes. Like so that's why like I try to hey, I'm gonna leave after this hour at this time or through this hand.
That's fair.
I try to.
So Willie Money says I had a guy ask me when the break was in a cash game. I love it. Just keep telling him. Oh, I think it's in an hour or two.
In an hour, yeah. Blinds go up on your straddle.
All right, so back to this board. Alicia and Malcolm both flop aces. It's like history repeats itself here. Malcolm on the better side of kickers this time around.
Chris Moneymaker's son, welcome to the stream.
Nice. Is it Moneymakerson? Or is it
Chris Moneymakerson?
Son.
Makerson. Chris Moneymakerson.
Fair enough.
Okay.
And Malcolm, that's 35, and Alicia gets away this time. They're just trading like aces for worse kickers and trading pots back and forth. That's very nice of them. Lambo Lance says, people get mad if you take like 5 smoke breaks an hour. Here's the deal, guys. At the end of the day, I think it's just like a common courtesy thing. Like, feel it out. Like, if you either want to play cards or you don't. Like, I've had people come to the table, they're here with their buddies, and then they buy in, they play like 1 or 2 hands, and then they go drink at the bar for like an hour, and then come back, and then play like 1. It's like,
yeah, what are you gonna do?
You want to play or you want to drink? Like, you can do both, but just don't occupy a seat. And because if you get 2 or 3 people doing that, all of a sudden you're playing like a 6-handed game. It's lame. So Ebbs here, +1 is going to race to 15 with ace jack. Malcolm's going to make the call. So Lucas with pocket 10s is going to do a little re-raise here.
Or just call.
Just kidding. I thought I heard raise in there.
I liked it when they had Maddie.
Dude, paired boards all day long here. Stone's live. 1-3. Get some pairs.
30. That was like 90s, like 95.
Oh.
Strong needle.
Dude, wow, too soon.
Not cool, not cool. All right, 7 peels off here. Pot's about $100. Lucas is gonna check his 10s.
War Eagle 423. Too soon, bro. Too soon.
Is this real? Too real. King peels off. Lucas with the check mark here with 10s. $100 in the pot. Looks like he's going to fire out of bed here. Guys, the reds are 5s and the greens are quarters.
Calcade 22. I like you prefer 6 max, but live 6 max you just don't get. Like 6 max is like from the online realm, traditionally outside of tournaments, generally speaking. But yeah, I prefer 6 max. But we are definitely in the minority. Wow, War Eagle. What do you guys mean it's midnight? Oh my god. Alright, now you're my favorite again. Well played, well played.
I'm assuming you know him?
No idea.
Oh, that's even better. I don't even think, yeah, just leave it at that. I got a raise up to 15 by Brian. Queen Jack.
I hate college 209. What's up?
So, oh, look at this here. So, Lucas flops open-ended.
Brian with a gut shot. We're heads up, so we're going to see bet a lot of shit here. Stuff.
Stone stuff.
Stone stuff, C-bet stuff. And Lucas got a pretty easy call.
Yes, he did just unload $101 chips on the table, Hebrew Hammer, but I think he's going in his pocket for more money. Long Car was playing Bustin' Dustin, and he is actually up, and somebody just popped into a seat.
War Eagle, oh my god. So much. You have no idea. It's the best. Brian gets there. Brian already was there.
Yeah, Brian was good. He just needed Lucas to not get there.
Ben J's 2, how important is knowing calculate pot odds EV on the spot? Suck at it, trying to learn. Does everyone at this table do it? I can. Everyone at this table does not. No, everyone at this table.
If you've been watching earlier, everybody does not do that.
No. People at this table are more just like like pitching back like a strong drink and going like, what the hell? Like that's more like what's going on at this table. How important is it? It depends how serious you are about playing cards.
True. So guys, if you're just tuning in here with us
also,
on
don't
Twitch,
be serious about playing cards.
Wait, what?
I said also don't be serious about playing cards.
Oh yeah, don't.
Play recreationally, play for fun, go with your feeling.
It's true. And don't play with Scared Bunny. Because
No.
if you have like $500 in your bankroll and you're gonna go buy it for $500, you're doing it wrong. Don't do it.
Massasinos, you don't need to know how to calculate pot odds. If you just assume that you'll get it all in and hit. Easy game.
Pretty solid. You just gotta wish a lot. I found that it helps. I bought a horseshoe on eBay.
Don't study, just go with your feeling, and come on to Stone's Gambling Hall and let me know when you're in the game.
I'll take it. Just hold up a big flag, a white surrender flag. 10-6-4, a couple of hearts here on the flop. Brian spikes top pair with 10-7. Of course he does.
Because he's Brian. Jesus.
God, Brian, you're such a beast.
Like me being like a math guy, a science guy, a rational guy, and run good isn't real. Just like your small sample size and things like that. But like, does Brian not like run abnormally good?
So good, so good.
It's not real, right?
Well,
Brian is the outlier.
I asked Brian. It's like, where did you get your horseshoe? But more importantly, how did you get it installed? I hear it's got to get lodged in the general region. So sick. So sick.
It's
sick.
Oh, War Eagle. Oh, I love it.
And Eb's going to keep firing out of bets. And you know where Brian's going? Nowhere. Brian's going to look him all the way up and says, yeah, my 10's way good because I'm Brian.
You just have to say a prayer after every bet. Yeah. And you say a prayer, I'll talk to my cat, expect the same results.
Well, whenever people say like, the what the hell calls or the oh calls, right?
Yeah.
You're always screwed because those guys are like, okay, I'll gamble with you, and I'm like, please don't, please don't. Speaking of gambling, guys, boom, $1 million limit hold'em event. Get your hours, get it now. So there's a drawing every month. We just had one here in June.
We put 3 players in the game. These 3 players have a chance at $1 million.
$1 million.
Single table sit and go. And you don't have to win the whole thing. You don't have to win sit and go. You should get in the top 4, right?
That's it, just the top 4.
And then the game stops, and they're gonna draw cards.
Yeah.
At a chance where you can then win up to $1 million, depending on what 5-card hand you draw out of a pinnacle deck.
Yeah.
It's all cards ace through 10.
That's even better.
Yeah, so there's 20 cards.
Oh my God, there's
20
so
cards.
much better odds.
20 cards, you draw 5, and you win up to $1 million.
That is so sick. I thought it was out of a full deck. I'm like, yeah, good luck with that. But it's even better.
No, it's out of a pinnacle deck.
Oh my God. That's amazing.
Easy game.
And that's the cool thing is that out of that final table, they take the top 4. So all you got to do is snap off 50% of a single table. You know what I mean? It's good.
Yeah.
Easy money.
$1 million, kids.
Wow, that really increased your. I really thought it was out of a full deck. I'm like, yeah, here comes my deuce and my 9 and my 6 and my,
No, it's out of a pinnacle deck.
Oh wow, that's
20,
even better.
20 cards. There's 20 cards. You got to draw 5.
That's awesome.
And it's not just you don't just get paid just for a royal. You said if you make a boat or quads, I mean everything pays.
Yeah, 4 of a kind's like 25 grand. I'll just say quads. Give me quads. 25K. That's good.
Malcolm puts in a 3-bet to 65 with a 6-5 of spades. Go bet. Brian's got 2 of the 6s.
And he calls, and why do I think that Brian's just going to hit the K6 right here? He's just going to bink it right on the flop. Deuce 7-10 peels off here, super rainbow.
check bet call, or I'm sorry, check bet fold. Did Lucas call the queen nine of diamonds?
Sure did. And now Malcolm's going to fire. And Brian's going to give him a little respect, which is rare. A lot of times Brian likes to look people up.
Once again, kids, the power of being the aggressor. We 3-bet, we get aggressive. That way, even when you miss, you can still pretend to be running good.
And it is kind of sick because Brian has only really flipped over like second nut flushes, quads. Like, it's so sick. I'm not saying they were like great hands to start, and I'm not saying it might have been again against pocket kings twice, but in general. Speaking of playing, guys, 40K player appreciation coming up Sunday, July 30th. You accumulate hours. Let me see if I got a little thing on this. Yeah, so you accumulate a bunch of hours, and you
get
actually,
points by cashing in tournaments.
Yeah, so you're going to be playing tournaments anyways. Plus, you get different tiers, right? And then depending on how that works out, you can actually just direct buy into the tournament as well. Or let's say there's up to 3 tiers. Let's say you only upgrade. Let's say you only qualify for the first or second tier. You can buy your way in. You can buy your way up a tier.
I love it.
You know what I mean? Oh man, I don't know if we want the chat to fall asleep, Master C. We'll get him on that subject later. 7-8 3 peels off. Chris spikes the best of it here with top pair. Dude, War Eagle has your number tonight.
Yeah, he does. 8-7-3 rainbow. Lucas check calls with backdoor hearts, backdoor straight draw. Chris, who bet top pair, we go heads up the turn. And speaking of backdoor hearts, Hope springs eternal.
Wow, check that. So now Chris bets 25. Lucas does pick up the nut flush draw now. And what the hell, an ace is good too. Wrong end of that hand. Thinks a 5, no bueno. Chris with the check mark.
Lucas is now going to turn his hand into a bluff? I mean, he knows he's not good.
He's like, guys, I had the 3 the whole time. I totally had the 3 on the turn. Don't worry about it. So he fires
I think
60.
he's going to get called. I don't think that, 7-5, 8-5.
Chris has called. Chris and Lucas have history. Chris has called down light before all night, and he's going to call down now. And he's going to see the bad news.
Tally border 180, because if you've been to a poker room anytime in the last 10 years, everyone does, bro.
It's true. And there's USB chargers under the table in front of each player seat. So yeah, that means a lot of players will have their phones out. Plus, in this, guys, we're live with you guys here in the chat 100%, but the footage we're watching is about 20-25 minutes old. So a lot of players will watch the stream for information. Speaking of streaming, Blogger game coming up Wednesday, July 26th. That's going to be a good one.
Andrew Nemi, Brad Owen, Jeff Bosky, and Ryan, Ray's Rail.
Yeah, you got Bart Hansen and Veronica Brill in the booth. Like, game on.
Bart.
I'm sorry, Bartholomew Handsome, I believe is.
Bartholomew Handsome.
As Veronica likes to call him.
Crush live poker. Speaking of crushing live poker, Lucas has got jacks.
There we go. We finally updated that profile pic, so we have Josh should replace long card.
New shooter.
New shooter. 3 bets to 75.
It's like, it's his first hand at the table. He opens it to 25.
And he gets 3-bet.
It's like, so that's how it's going to be.
Welcome to the game, friend.
That's how it's going to be.
Welcome to the game.
Right. So it's like that. And Brian cold calls the 3-bet with ace-3.
So sick. Brian's like, I run so good. Like, what? You guys know?
Speaking of cold calling 3-bets, here comes Chris ace-7. Josh, 4-bet.
Josh is fresh to the table. He's not ready to 4-bet yet. He's got to warm up.
With this stack, I just rip it. Send all the money.
King 6-9, Rainbow. He's still with the best hand with jacks.
He was only in for 300. With that stack size, I think we just send all the monies.
Boom.
It checks through, brings a hard draw. Chris now has nut hearts. Inside straight draw for Josh. It checks again.
Yeah, if he ripped it, he would have got all the monies. And it would have been great, too, because 75, 75, 75, there already would have been 2 1/4 there to take.
Yeah, it's like he doubles up without having to say a flop.
Yeah, oh yeah, all day. Brian just playing it cool, sipping on a glass of wine. Now look at this, it puts a 4-card straight out there. Any 7 makes a straight, and Chris has it. Beast mode activated.
We bricked hearts, but we just accidentally made a straight. Oops.
And he's gonna fire, guys. Reds are 5s, greens are 25s.
Lucas has a jiu-jitsu tattoo on his forearm.
I don't know if that makes you more or less scared of somebody who has to like claim jiu-jitsu. I don't know.
I know it's like is it like a leveling thing?
I would think that like if you didn't have it, I would just wake up on the floor and I'd be like, what happened?
If I tattooed, I used to box when I was 19, like on my forearm. Like what the fuck is that? Like what am I doing? Like.
So Chris fires 275. It's on Lucas. Lucas has actually been in a lot of interesting spots tonight, and Chris and Lucas have a huge history. If you guys go back, they've been in like 10 hands at least.
Too
with
many
each other.
pots, right? Good fold by Lucas.
Yeah, Lucas gets away from it. Good fold.
Thank you. Here comes your next dealer. Anybody need service?
All right, and that's going to do it for Dealer Paul popping out. Taking a look at the stacks. Brian is on the big stack here with 3,400, followed by Chris at 1,700, and then Crispy Bacon at 1,600. Wow. War Eagle wins the Troll of the Night, directed at Jake.
I like it. I like it.
Salad time.
Sprout 70, welcome to the stream.
For those of you just tuning in, make sure you click that heart and follow us here. We're here with you every Monday and Wednesday spewing cash, and then for our big tournament series or end of the month tournament like this Sunday coming up, we live stream our final table. So even if cash poker may not be your thing, we have our final table tournament being streamed this Sunday night, and that should be it's always good times. That's always 15K, 10, 15K plus up top, and yeah, somebody's got to win it. Why not you? Come on down.
Print money.
Print money, run good. Done. We just made our own clothing line.
Yeah.
Poker swag.
Ship it. It's not a large max buy-in for 1-3. It's just a large max buy-in for 1-3.
It's less than 200 bigs. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
It's more than that.
It's a few.
Brian calls the button with Queen 8 off because reasons.
Because Brian's Brian. King Jack 6 here, couple of diamonds. Josh with a mystery hand.
On game for 40 and check it down. I'm good for that. Yeah. All right, how about 15?
Anthony right there. What's the rake? I think it's like $5. Pretty standard.
How did you bring this up when I had more money in front of me? Because you can easily have more money.
And Brian's gonna fold. Josh with the mystery hand. Takes it down. Yep, no. Sweet. Missed that. I need the instant replay, but I think we'll figure that out about an hour.
Yeah.
Cool.
War Eagle, if you only knew. If you only knew. All the baby mamas.
Oh, wait, I think what are we talking about here? Are we talking about doing a $10 straddle all the way around?
I think Christian talking about doing a bomb pot.
No pre-flop raises. Anybody who pre-flop raises is going to get a punch in the face. Guys, we have to play in order.
Anybody that pre-flop raises is going to get a punch in the face.
Oh my God.
Snow's live, baby.
So I believe the players agreed to a bomb pot. So players are going to put in all the same amount, without looking at the cards, players are going to put in the same amount of money pre-flop, like 10 or 20 bucks. Everyone's going to see the flop and then play poker as usual.
Which is sick because there's no range for anybody. Anybody can have any card.
Yeah, you have random.
It's so sick, yeah.
So every two-pair combination, like there's no like, okay, well, he would never have king 3 or you can't like rationalize like, oh no.
You would have raised ace. Like,
yeah,
no, you did not. Stop it.
So everyone's going to put $10 in without looking at their cards.
Of course, Brian wakes up with ace king in the bomb pot. This game is so sick.
So everyone is going to put $10 in, and then we're going to see a flop, and then it's poker as usual.
Yeah, so there's already basically 90 bucks in there to go.
$90 in the pot.
All right, spade draw for Lucas here. God, so much to take in.
I know. I'm like scrolling, like looking for equity.
Oh my God.
Lucas has got most all
Josh
the
in
equity.
the lead with just a pair of jacks with a deuce kicker.
But actually, if you look, he's 3% behind Lucas, who's
Oh,
favored
there we
with
go.
spade draw, back to flush draw.
All the percentages catching as they fold. Now Lucas is actually gaining ground on the flush draw.
But we're not looking. You can look now. You could have looked at it.
So there's $90 in the pot.
I didn't know. That's what I was going to say.
No one, and now it's poker as usual. It checks all the way now to Brian, and everyone's gonna see a free turn card. Who's gonna try to steal?
This is so sick.
Oh no, it checks down to Chris. Checks through a free turn card.
Deuce peels. Now Lucas with his spade draw is also open-ended.
And Josh makes 2 pair.
Oh God.
Inside straight draw and pair for Brandon. Inside straight draw for Brian. Crispy Bacon makes a pair. Like
There's so much going on here.
Josh bets his 2 pair. 0 chance Lucas is folding. Open-ended, flush draw. I would not be surprised if Brian has to fold too. Inside straight draw, 2 overs. And there's like free money out there. No one has any idea what anyone has. Bomb pots are great for the game because everyone's up stuck a little bit, and one person's up, and then immediately everyone's. A bomb pot is a great way to start a game because everyone starts stuck.
Yeah.
And when players are stuck, they play more hands, they play worse. It's just good for the game.
So we're gonna open up a new table after the stream.
New
is what you're
table,
telling me?
and we leave the bomb pot. It's good. It's good for the game.
So 2 pair. Oh, look at that. 5 here. That kind of negates Josh's 2 pair, but it's
Josh
still the
gets
best hand.
counterfeited.
Yeah.
He's gonna check it. Lucas, who's been in a lot of weird spots, checks over to Brian, and Brian is gonna
Brian's
give up.
gonna check. I was like, can Brian really try and steal this? I mean, they did all check to him on the river. I mean, there's a possibility that Brian could steal this, but he's not going to. They're gonna check it, and Josh is gonna table the best hand.
Per jacks.
Bravo Wolf, why does Josh have so many $1 chips? You know, he probably came over from another table, either a 1-2 or a smaller 1-3, and just brought over that rack of chips and then bought some more when he sat down. Or he just likes having, I like to buy him for 1,000 in all ones and just build towers.
For those of you who aren't like playing bomb pots at your local card room, start bombing the pot. Everyone puts in the same money everyone sees a flop, and then it's poker as usual, and there's now a bunch of money in the pot, and no one's got any idea what anyone has. Like the ranges now go like this wide.
Yeah.
Anyone can have anything. I mean, there's no you take a whole level of rationality out of it. It levels the playing field and becomes an absolute shit show.
I once had a range that was this big.
So Crispy Bacon and I, we're playing in the game. We get everyone to do a bomb pot. He flops top 2 on 7-3 deuce, and then the small blind has deuces.
Oh God.
Yeah.
In a bomb pot? So
In a
sick.
bomb pot, top 2 versus a set.
And they went crazy on the flop?
They go crazy and it turns to 3. Crispy Bacon
Oh God,
big
of
boat. It was
course.
nuts.
It's so nasty.
So gross.
Yeah, White Kong says they should start a 7 deuce bounty. This is the kind of fun table that would definitely do it. And even though they're not playing that, I feel like Brian always plays that in his head anyways. If he has 7 deuce, he's going to try to take the pot down. Last time it was in an Ebbs quads.
I like that these players have maintained, the spirit of Veronica and friends here.
Yes. Veronica's spirit lives on in this game, even though she's at home dying slowly of sickness. So Brian raises to 40, couple callers, King, Queen, 5 on the flop here. Open-ended for Crispy Bacon. And he's actually ahead in this pot. Ebbs checks it over to Brian, who also checks. Over to Crispy Bacon on the button. And pot's 134, and he's going to go in for a bet. Looks like 55, something like that. And boom, boom, fold, fold. Easy money, guys. Just got to draw, bet it, win it.
Pretend to run good, guys. Pretend to run good and crush live poker.
Yeah, it's true. Make sure you click that heart and follow us, guys. We're here with your spewing cash game fun every Monday and Wednesday. You're watching a very juicy 1-3 right now, but we do stream just about everything. We stream 5-5, 5-10. We've had like 5-10, 25s with like mandatory 50 straddles. Like, games get sick here in the best way. So make sure you tune in. Yeah.
So, I mean, I like this game. This game's been a lot of fun. The deck has cooperated a little bit. The players have given some action here. Like, so what I like about this is probably a more realistic insight on like what a above average to typical 1-3 game is like here at Stones.
Absolutely.
I mean, yeah, these are not unreasonable stack depths for 1-3 here. And the action's been on par.
Yeah. You know, and I follow a lot of like regular players here and stuff, you know, on social medias and like Snapchat, and they'll just snap and they'll have like 2 or 3K in front of them, and they'll just say it's a fun 1-3 game, and like nowhere else do I get 1-3 games like that. Like I'm so spoiled. I go, you know, I travel. I'm like, okay, where's the local card room? I go in there, they're playing 1-3. Everybody's got like 200 in front of them. I'm like, what is this?
Yeah. In for 600, out for 3,300. 1-3.
Yeah. Standard. All right, so $10 straddle is on. Oh, Boo, we have a lot of people who are sick enough to play that mandatory straddle game. It happens a lot.
Haas till 3. Yes, I was in the last broadcast with my co-commentator Veronica Brill, who normally is playing in this game. Not as sick as Mom got when we couldn't go lost with this one. Oh God. Oh. If you really are my child, trust me, your mother's not broke as you say.
And I would respect him needling his father that much more.
And
Brandon wakes up with jacks here from his straddle, which is even sicker. So he pops it back up to 85 with jacks. Of course, Brian calls. No surprise there. And Chris calls too. Clubs could mean trouble. Let's see here. Show me a jack of clubs on the flop. I don't care what else you put there. Ace 3-4 here. Couple of diamonds. Brian, of course, binks his ace, and Chris binks bottom, too. Jacks are in the poorhouse right now. It is not pretty.
Chris is going to check it back. I'm surprised.
Haas till 3. Were you the one that made the comment that when Veronica was on here with you that said her hair says take her to Golden Corral, but her attitude says take her to Red Lobster?
That wasn't me.
Dude, I loved it. Oh my God.
4 is full for Chris.
Chris fills up like a beast.
Back. The problem is now, if he bets now, people might suspect he just has a 4. Brian's probably going to bet here. There's 2 flush draws on board, a straight draw. He does. He goes for chips. Chris should just call.
Yeah, I mean, there's really, other than an ace, there's really few cards that you care about peeling off here.
Chris is gonna raise it up.
Chris is going up, so 80, and he's gonna make it what looks like 250, something like that. 275. Solid raise. Now it was checked around, and Brian's thinking, crap, did my check on the flop really let you catch a 4?
Brian takes a glance at Chris's stack.
If Brian's thinking about getting Chevy here, he could be in trouble. Again, Chris is one of those characters who we haven't seen many folds from. So if Brian thinks he's good here, look at the stare down from Brian. Look at that. Look at the stare down. The soul read. Oh man, I think Brian's having second thoughts.
Brian might as well stick a thermometer in and take a temperature.
Dude, I think he just did. He took a visual temperature. I think Brian's thinking about checking out here.
Oh, hostile. All right. Hostile, yes. Welcome to the game. Brian makes the correct laydown. Show a 3, Chris. Show a 3. Can't show anything. Never mind.
Wow.
Oh, he did show 3 for him. Like, just show a 3.
Man, we're gonna raise.
The 3 would be the sickest needle.
Can't show a 3 because then 3 looks like you have like pocket 3s.
No. Well, yeah, he did call 75 pre or whatever, so yeah. All right, so guys, I'm gonna punch in. Yeah, I don't know about that raise either on the turn. I would have definitely, especially being in this position, you flat there, and then best case scenario, you get jacks to flat behind you, and then whatever, or you have a chance of Brian firing another bet on the river.
Brian might figure that he turned a heart draw and called. In which case, Brian was gonna probably check river over to him to let him.
Yeah, maybe check call river. Yeah.
And then Brian's probably gonna check call river.
Yeah. So taking a look here, so far I think Brian and Alicia look like so far big winners. Brian's up about a little over $600, and I think he was up almost 1,000 earlier. Alicia's up almost 300 some change. And again, those don't necessarily calculate for buy-ins and add-ons too. So I think some of these players are up a little more than that.
We can bet the second one. I just think the winner should flip over his hand every time.
Brian's gonna limp in. And Lucas is kings again.
Dude, Lucas has been so many pairs tonight. Lucas has just been in the mix, man. He's been in the trenches.
And he min raises. Lucas, I don't know. I think Lucas is trying to melt my brain.
Dude,
Lucas is trying to
and earlier when he flatted queens and then flop top set pre, you're like, what?
And he checked calls river with queens full.
Dude, he's really trying to melt your brain. Between him and War Eagle, they are just melting your brain. Of course, an ace peels. Ace, jack, 7, couple of diamonds. Brian always has the ace and always gets one.
Right, yeah, something new is in there. Last time I checked.
Checks all the way to Brian. No, Brian checks.
Queen of diamonds peels. Well, Lucas now actually with the royal flush draw. Because it's totally going to get there.
You got a call.
Being a 10 of diamonds, just so sick, please. Queen on the river. Brian with the check mark.
We lose to everything now.
Yeah, there is jackpot hand potential, guys, so there is a bad beat here at Stones. So if somebody had pocket queens and the other person had king 10 of diamonds, that would be crazy bad beat hand.
You get a lot of pocket pairs.
Would Brian bet a jack there? I think not. As cheap as it is, as good as our hand is.
You can ask the 8
on that.
ball. My sources point to no.
On that board, I mean, even if Brian was like leading a turn queen, he rivered trip queens, and now we lose that as well.
Strinka says, man, people show a lot at this table. I think that they're more apt to show more often at this table, considering everybody can watch the stream and most players do on their phone. So even if they don't show, people are going to see it 20 minutes later. And, you know, as opposed to a normal, obviously, non-televised game, people probably show significantly less. Or people are just sick, either way.
Get out of the pantry, boys.
Is that dead 40?
They're really discouraging people.
Just have them on the line. It's 40 to go. Tell them what we got going, man. Dead 20, dead 30, dead 30.
So Brian straddles for 20. Or no, okay, so it's a $10 straddle. Brian min raises to 20. Chris min re-raises. Oh, so it's a dead 30 and then a dead 40.
Yeah. They didn't even ship from Lucas. I love it. Lucas ships it finally. So Lucas finally ships with 7s, right? He flats with queens, barely raises with kings, but ships with 7s. Brain melts. Brain melts. It's gonna get through.
There's a lot of dead money out there. Like today, it was a live 10.
Look, Brian's so sick. He just wants to know because Brian's like, whatever, man. I've been stacking so many
Chris
pots.
put in a dead 30. Crispy Bacon put in a dead 40. These players did this without looking at their cards.
Oh, that's $2.
So 7s is more than enough hand with a dead 40 in there to send all of it. And Josh has ace queen. Josh, who just called the 40, should be snapping this off. Crispy Bacon's got jack 4 suited. And loves and Crispy Bacon has the gamble. If you haven't noticed, he's got a problem. A few of them.
He's got multiple problems, otherwise known as light issues.
Come on.
Like you said, he's down in Vegas, and someone came up and said, "Oh my God, you're Crispy Bacon."
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, I ran across so many people wearing the Stone City in Vegas. They're like, dude, yeah, get that poker stream. Yeah, right on. Like from all over the U.S. It was pretty cool.
Josh, get your money in there. Josh, I swear to God, if you.
He had the 7.
Josh gives him the lock. I am so surprised. Josh is playing a little snug for this table. For this table, you got to be jamming that all day. And you just got to be reaching in your pocket for more money if it goes no good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I call for chips first.
Yeah.
Chips.
Yeah.
And then
chips on 11.
Oh yeah, no, sorry.
Bring it over. Bring it over.
Yeah. Put the monies in the pots.
30, 40.
I can't believe those 7s got through. I cannot believe it. So guys, if you're just joining us, where are you tuning in from? It's always, I mean, we're going to get the typical answers. Obviously, you're at your mom's bedroom, your closet, the bushes, Uranus, you know. Okay, but outside of that, where are you guys actually tuning in from? Always fun to know.
Sean McCormick, I love noticing Brian's comment. He's like, you get a lot of pocket pairs as he stacks the funds.
Straight up, done.
Good if we actually do a round.
Oh my God. Interruptive. Watch this from our local state of California.
There we go.
And now Lucas.
Wyoming. Brazil, right on.
With the aces. And now he's going to send the...
It looks
this
so
looks
tilty.
so tilty.
It looks so tilty. So
He
this is
lost
sick.
kings again.
And he just jammed with sevens, like open right off the bat with sevens jams. Now he jams with aces. I love his play here because it looks super steamy. Like, I would not be surprised if Chris calls this.
I wouldn't even blame him. I would not blame him.
I wouldn't either. It looks so steamy. Jake RX, what's going on, buddy? Vocal Terror, this was a little VIP present from Abraham in the booth. This is sick. I would not be surprised if Chris calls this.
It looks like Steam. You got King Queen.
We were just talking about this. This is exactly what happened to me the other night. I make it look steamy after I lost the pot with the guy who just instantly racks up and leaves, and I pinch down with Ace King, and I'm like, whatever, bro, screw it, I'm all in. And so a guy calls me King Queen. It's the exact same scenario. I mean, they're the bases, but.
That's too much.
Wait, you'll take a second one, but not a third one?
One player per hand. Everyone wants to go. You know what? One player per hand.
Looks like emotion.
They're halfway exposing their hands. They're talking about
Did Lucas
hands.
show him a card?
I don't know.
I don't know.
How do you fold that hand? This guy's obviously tilted.
If they only knew what seat 5 just folded Ace Queen or 7.
Yeah, I'll do twice. Yeah. Whatever you want to do, just call me. Just call me. I'll do anything. Call me.
Bravo Wolf, you gotta get in the game.
London Nose chiming in from the UK, very cool. Master Barber out there in Buffalo, New York. Awesome, we really appreciate you guys. Honestly, the viewers are a huge part of the show. You guys always make the chat a blast. We love interacting with you guys. We have a lot of regulars in here, and everybody's a good time. So thanks for tuning in, for sure.
I'm gonna show. I mean, mind you, I got a little. I don't think I got a little gamble, but like, I mean,
a little gamble.
He's obviously tilting. It would seem.
Oh yeah.
So obvious. And mind you, the second time is so much less likely. Now, the first time someone does it.
Okay, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
But 2 hands in a row.
The second hand is so much less likely that they're bluffing.
I'll give you like whatever on your money, like whatever odds you want. There's no way he has aces there when he does the 2 hands in a row. You know what I mean? Like there's no way that second hand he has aces.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, when they do twice in a row, it's less likely that they're bluffing. But Eb, if you just God, damn it, Eb just calls Ace King. I feel like it's players that are flatting these hands, like they're like so damaged by all these like, oh my god, Ace King's such a bad hand. I always mess with it. You know,
well, they get scarred by it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're damaged goods. Chris knows what to do with Ace King. Chris puts in a raise. Eb emphatically calls. Very strong call by Eb. Very strong call. And can we get a case ace? Let's get a case ace.
This is where we pop up the definition of case ace. When there's only 1 ace left in the deck, that is the case ace.
Come on, where's that ace of hearts?
Hey! Woo! Case ace, baby.
All right.
Aces for everybody.
Chips.
Now here's the sick part. Brian's running so good that you know he's gonna bink a 6. Let's just call it what it is.
Right.
So Chris and Eb, emphatically with the same hand unless another club comes and Chris has more outs.
Chris bets 95. I wouldn't fold my laundry at this point.
Oh, and Eb, no, I don't fold laundry, and Eb is getting it in there, baby. Let's call it 300 some change. We're damn close to it.
And Brian facing a bet and an all-in with top pair, no kicker. I think Brian gets away.
How can you let Brian get away ever? Brian, even if he's putting 1 player on a flush draw too, he's got or 2 pair, he's got outs to sweat. He's just like, I don't want any part of this.
If he thinks Chris could be c-betting like a lot of hands, and if he thinks, I mean, how many bluffs do you think Eb has shoving there?
Yeah, no, he's gone.
It's a good fold. Well played, Brian. Well played.
Oh, they're talking about.
Pardon me? They're saying this like you don't want to run it more than once.
No, we had an agreement before.
What, you don't want to run it?
How many times do you want to run it?
Now they're talking about running it more than once.
I call how many times you want to run it? Want to run twice?
Once again, on Stone's Live, we can run it up to 3 times, so we can get 3 turnover combos. It doesn't matter here.
I know, but we're deciding how many.
Only Chris has backdoor clubs.
Watch them run it a couple times and like both of them start 4-card flushing everything.
Eb can't win.
Now, Chris is free rolling this all day. If a club peels, whatever.
I hate college. I'm sure not a pro, but even though I made a ton of cash, I don't think I'd ever rely on poker for income. It's so volatile. It is volatile. It's a hard way to make an easy living, as
Yeah,
they say.
it's the hardest easy money you'll ever make.
Like I said, that's why I said it's stupid to run this multiple times. I'm pretty sure we got the same hand.
We just run it once and we agree to one.
What
All
up?
right, they get the monies in.
Yeah, don't run it more than once. He's real. Where you go?
Let's get a sweat. Club on the turn. Let's get a sweat.
It's always a sweat. The guaranteed club on the turn. Watch.
Run it 10 times.
Boo! Wrong black one. Boo!
Bad form. Bad form. All right, that's
There we go. Yeah. Rearrange for the sweat.
Oh my God.
Who did that? I love it. I think that looked like Lucas. That looked like
All right,
seat 6.
all right.
I love it.
Chop it up.
Oh man, I love it so much. All right, guys, hey, make sure you click that heart and follow us here. We're always having a good time. Every Monday and Wednesday night, 7 to 10 p.m. West Coast time.
That's why I didn't agree to the multiple run, because you might have a redraw. I'm not stupid.
Don't think I was doing it because I thought you were stupid by any means.
No, no,
I just thought I was like, oh shit, maybe he's got flush draw or something.
Yeah, Vocal Terror chimes in. New turn. New turn, guys. It's good. It's really easy. You just move these cards around.
Hustle, yeah, chops are boring. Then once again, this is why I go back to like I mean that hand really doesn't matter how many times you run it. They're probably gonna chop it most of the time. But like once or thrice, someone's got to lose.
Yeah.
Like once or 3 times. Now mind you, I can usually never get someone to run it 3 times. They were like, hey, once or twice, and which I'll always take twice because it's still better to reduce the variance. You know, lower that volatility that we talked about, you know, in poker. But I still, you know, someone's got to win money, someone's got to lose money. You know, that's what poker's about. Poker's about losing.
How jaded are you? Now you're gonna get Warrior going here.
Oh my
It's
God.
like hammering you more for.
Lucas, he's got more hands tonight. A lot of hands.
Dude, Lucas
Yeah.
is starting. He's starting to pick up some of that run good. I feel like he should have just kept shipping it every
Lucas
hand.
limps in. Alicia min clicks to 20 with a king queen.
Later, Sean.
And Malcolm's got aces. Jesus shit.
Wow, and Malcolm's been relatively quiet at this table, so this will be interesting.
And Lucas limping in, you know he's going to try to limp re-raise, and we all know how I feel about that.
Oh, well, yeah, well, no, that's what he set it up for, and now he's going to be in a big roll to hurt. And I think the same thing would have happened anyways, though, because if he did raise, Malcolm still 3-bets.
All that's going through my head was 3-4.
So it's sick, because now he's facing a raise and a 3-bet, when you know he limped with the intention of raising.
And Lucas only has, like, what? 400 behind, 400 total?
He's got about 400 total. Everybody's saying, rest in peace, Lucas. Rest in peace, Malcolm. I love our chat. Like, both of us are like bated breath. Like,
The limp re-raise is so just like turning your range face up. But I mean, if you did it with the right amount of acting, he might be able to get called here. I mean, Lucas wants, you know.
I do agree with that, though. It does, I mean, isolate your range, too. Okay, you got, like, queens or better, you know?
Yeah, ace king is like your worst hand.
Yeah.
Sometimes. I mean, some player. I got limp re-raised yesterday, like queen jack off.
Wow, you get a lot of credit at the table. You get so much credit.
Yeah. Guy limps in the gun, eye open, he's like,
And
no,
Lucas Lucas is just gonna flat.
Wow, what the?
He does flat.
Poker's broken. I don't know
So
what's
here
going on
comes a
anymore.
king and 2 clubs for the sweat. Oh,
No
just
sweat.
super nasty flop. Well, at least that's gonna save Lucas some money here. He checks. Malcolm not only has aces, he does have the ace of spades. He's good here.
$200
literally
in pot.
He's good here literally 98% of the time.
Oh, Lucas shoved. Lucas said all in.
Oh, he did.
Lucas opened jams.
Oh.
8-5 deuce.
Just kidding. This flop is not going to save Lucas money.
It's such a terrible jam.
Brick City.
Opportunities. So gross.
Lucas is like, guys, I'd rather chop this pot than lose it, so I'm just gonna go running wheel.
In Lucas's defense, he rivered a flush draw.
It's so sick. Look, it's so
What
sick.
the hell is happening?
It's so sick. Oh, what? Oh, they ran it multiple times?
Oh, they ran it twice.
Oh, go. It's game
now
over.
it's all right.
Game over. Yeah, game over at that point. Oh, God.
Good. Okay, so Malcolm will get 3/4.
Yeah.
Okay, so 8-5. The flop is 8 high in a 3-bet pot, With ace king in our hand, we're blocking our opponent's non-paired 3-betting range. So if we're three our opponents 3-betting 10s plus ace king, ace queen, by having an ace in our hand, namely ace king in our hand, it's less likely our opponent is 3-betting. It has that kind of 3-betting hand. He's gonna almost always have overpairs.
Yeah, exactly.
When we open jam 230, we're always getting called. Always, because our opponent's never folding an overpair. And it's less likely. It's less likely we're gonna have ace king, ace queen, because we have an ace in our hand and we have ace king in our hand. Like open jamming ace king on that board.
Wait, he does have an ace. He actually has 2 aces in his hand.
Yeah,
but I know.
I mean, Lucas open jam into Malcolm.
Yeah.
I mean, like the stop and go on an 8-high board and an out of position 3-bet pot is just trying to put our opponents. We're trying to put our opponents' kids through college when we're doing that.
Yeah.
No,
Very nice of you. I mean, community college. And books are expensive.
Still, yeah, books are expensive. But
life
I mean,
is real.
Life is.
Just ask War Eagle.
I'm just kidding.
He's part of the show now.
Oh Jesus!
You are.
So good.
Oh my God, guys! All right, it's about 9:20 now. We got about 40 minutes left of this fun poker action.
And Malcolm's got to just feel like absolutely robbed. Like he's getting 3/4 of it.
So disgusting.
And they agreed to run it twice, obviously prior to him, seeing, what he had. I mean, just like all in call once or twice. He says, okay, twice. And then like,
nothing feels worse than when you just super jam a bluff and get snap called. You're like, oh shit, oh crap. Yeah. I stepped on the dynamite and it went boom.
I just oopsied. This is the most disgusting table ever.
It is. All right, guys. In about 10 minutes, we have a little surprise coming up. This table's gonna get a little juicier.
No, we're done.
So stay tuned.
Poker Pro Eric, that actually might make the most logical sense. If he thought he had spades, not clubs, open jamming 8-5 deuce. Okay. But once again, you don't have any fold equity on an 8-high board in a 3-bet pot where your opponent was the aggressor with ace king in our hand because we're blocking our opponent's non-paired 3-betting range. If our opponents are going to have 10s plus in this, or whatever you think your opponent's 3-betting range is, having ace king in your hand is blocking his non-paired 3-betting range. So when we're open jamming there, unless we think our opponent is like the nittiest nit from Nitville, who's going to be cold folding 10s, which no one ever is, not for that sizing. No one need 3-bets to. What was the 3-betting pre to
75
to 75, and we jammed 231 into $160 pot. Like he's never folding an overpair there. Yeah. It's just no. Is it even we're never folding ace king of spades. So I guess if you have ace king of spades, it makes sense to open jam. If what minimal chance that we have any fold equity is there, because we're never folding, so might as well just stuff it in case on the slimmest of hopes we have some small fold equity if our opponent lost his mind and 3-bet 6s or 7s. I guess, but that was the only way to make sense of the hand, and that he thought he had spades and not clubs. If I'm to play devil's advocate,
which is kind of your thing.
It is.
So that's it. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna go to this table. I'm gonna keep jamming pre, and when somebody calls me, I'm gonna be like, "You wanna just run it 9 times? you wanna just run the whole damn thing
until they chop."
That's it. Every time.
Lucas calls 10. Straddle is on, so it's 1-3-10.
Not surprised.
Ed's still finding hands to fold. Crispy Bacon's still drinking wine.
Love it. Out of a purchased bottle, by the way. We don't purchase by the glass here on Wine Wednesdays. It's by the bottle. It's actually a really good deal for bottles of wine too, super cheap. So finally, Josh wakes up with a big hand. We've seen him lay down big hands like Ace Queen before, but I don't think he's going anywhere with Ace King. So he's finally going to 3-bet to 75.
I like it.
Yeah, he's not going anywhere off this hand. And Crispy Bacon's coming along. He's ready to put the hurt on him. Here comes a Queen King on the board. You know it.
Yeah, he can't fold for that price, especially with limper in.
Oh, almost even better. 6. So we got we got open-ended here for Crispy Bacon with 2 overs. Joss with just 2 overs, but a straight draw, a little gutted ball.
And Crispy Bacon shoves.
Ooh. Basically just jams Josh in here all the way.
So it's really a $300 shove. It says raise to 5, but a $300 shove. So there's about 100 in pre, or I'm sorry, 150 in pre. Call it 2. Bet 100. Shove for 3. So there's 5. There's 560 or 550 in the pot. We have 200 behind, 2 overs and an inside straight draw.
You're going with it.
One, I'm checking back Ace King on that board.
Yeah.
On Jack, we have nut no pair. Unless we think our opponent's gonna
Oh, he's throwing it in.
He said yes. I'm always checking back ace king there.
Yeah, Crispy Bacon's the type of player who's going to put that pressure on you all day. With your stack, like that's just that's what he's going to do.
What?
And ace king gets it through. They ran it more than once. Wow, and he holds for the first two. Are they going 3?
Nope.
That's it. Wow.
Crispy can really find himself in a bad
You
spot
missed
there.
open-ended twice? Ouch.
Life hurts.
Normally I just hit at the next card. It's easier that way. I don't have to think about it.
What would I do?
I don't want to think about it at that
on
point.
the first street. Perfection 1620. Nice bet from Bacon. Unnecessary risk, but a smart move. Poor call from Josh. I actually tend to agree with you. I don't think I don't bet that board, but once inside straight draw, 2 overs, but you got to question some more overs might be dirty outs. I don't know. I'm just here.
That's when you're in the booth. You're not even on the game. Actually, you are on that list. You're probably creeping up towards it a little bit. So guys, make sure you download the Stones Gambling Hall app. There's like 10 games running right now at least, and you can just remotely check out the games that we're running, and then you can actually just hop on the list remotely from your phone. It's good in the Google Play Store and the App Store.
CT Mike 860. What's a safe bankroll? Start playing 1-2 or 1-3 full time. Depends what your overhead is. I don't think that's really what's going to dictate.
Later, White Kong. Thanks for tuning in, buddy.
Style you're trying to maintain. Yeah, I'll take the easy out there. It depends. If you're playing for a living, you should have 20 buy-ins. At least 20 buy-ins. 50 would be better. Alicia with the ace jack, we get 20 to go.
Oh, looks like I just heard, guys, they got a rack attack coming in.
It depends.
Now what that means is they come in with a rack of chips and they dump them right in the middle, and that's just extra money in the next hand.
50 buy-in seems about right.
And Brian has aces. Luckily, he has it this hand instead of the rack of chips hand.
And Crispy's got kings, and he just calls.
Oh my God,
What
so sick.
How do we just call kings there?
Wow, especially against Brian 3-betting. Well, you know what? Crispy Bacon is the king and wanting to make it look super fishy. So we're gonna see here. Now, is this just, I mean, do you really want Alicia coming along?
CT Mike 860, take out the outlier there. Take out in your caches, and then what are you up?
And Baldy says, not even fair that Brian can get aces. It just shouldn't even be allowed.
Mind you, Brian has been known to 3-bet hands such as 9-5 suited. So,
do you have a story you'd like to share after this hand,
I don't want to talk
Jake?
about it.
Yes, after this hand, Jake's going to share one of the most painful poker stories ever with Brian.
How do we just call kings?
10, 7, 3, couple of diamonds on the flop. Alicia has the nut diamond. Crispy Bacon has the second nut diamond. Aces versus kings, the battle of the bulge here. And he checks. And Alicia checks as well. Over to our original 3-better Brian.
We have no diamond in our hand. We have the overpair. 213 in the pot. Brian should, not enough. More bets.
And
Brian bets 100.
Insta flat call now. What's Crispy Bacon doing here? Just taking the fun. I'm going to let Brian.
Well,
hang
Brian,
himself
at this point,
time?
Crispy Bacon should just be calling.
Yeah.
I feel Brian could have bet a little bit larger there. There's now 413 in the pot. Turn queen. Not the safest of cards. We lose to queen 10, but is our opponent really ever cold?
Check.
Is our opponent really ever cold calling queen 10? If I'm Brian, I'm putting in a bet there.
Yeah, deuce peels.
We get value from diamond still. We get value from the 8-9 straight draws. But once again, our opponent cold a 3-bet out of the blind, and if it's really doing that with queen 10, 9-8, less likely. He's more gonna have like pairs and diamonds. I mean, we could have some sets, and we're losing a lot of hands too, or we're losing a lot of money too. But
And now Crispy's going for value. That check on the turn got Crispy by Brian. Got Crispy to fire in.
Brian should be snapping this off.
Yeah. Brian, honestly, he knows he's gonna call all day. He's just making Crispy sweat a little bit.
We lose the sets.
There's no way Brian's not going to call this.
If it's for Brian, once you check back the turn.
Canadian Shooter said, Jesus, did 4chan make this auto shuffler? I respect that.
Once we check back the turn, our opponent might try to pick off.
Look, you hear everybody saying, how the hell did he not get it all in there? How the hell did both of you guys not ship off right there?
I don't think anyone put it right. Brian's not raising, no. Once we check back the turn, our opponent might actually have something like river bluffs there, so you can never fold these. If you check back the turn with overpairs there, you have to commit to calling almost all rivers.
Yeah.
And no matter how ugly how bad it gets, you just kind of close your eyes, like, you know, did he bet? Okay, I call.
Yeah. And the thing is, with the check the turn,
shove
and then Brian calling, even up to the point before Brian flips his hand. Crispy Bacon all day is like, thanks for the free call, thanks for the money. If you could beat this, you would have raised all day. You would have never checked the turn, and you would have raised me on the river like all day.
No. If I'm Crispy Bacon, I'm definitely going. I'm never playing a hand like Crispy Bacon.
Never.
But as played on the river, I'm very confident there.
Yeah.
Very, very confident, because he would never not bet aces on the turn. Because I should never have queen 10. My range versus his range, he should always be betting his over pairs. And I'm already blocking king, so it's not like I'm, you gotta worry about chops.
Master C says, what, you can't raise for value? What? Come on, Jake. What happened to value, Jake? Jake from Value Town. All right, guys. It looks like we got a rack coming in. This is the rack attack, so check it out. There's a stack of red in the middle. Reds are 5s. They throw in $100.
So we are going to play one hand of limit hold'em, right?
Are we going to go limit?
I think it's one hand of limit hold'em. I'm not positive. I believe it is. JFK Stones TD, is this going to be limit hold'em for one hand?
We had a bit of a dealer change here, so we got new dealer coming in. This is Ray in the dealer box.
Sweet baby Ray.
And he's popping in here for a fresh bomb pot. What do you call it, bomb pot? Almost.
Jake trying to meta the audience? Oh my god. Master C, stop.
Meta, so meta.
So the house puts in $100 in the pot.
So everybody's plus EV already in this pot.
Oh, so this is still no limit.
It is. So Ed waking up with ace king right off the bat. Looks like he's going to pop in for. Shh. Why not? He's going in for a healthy raise. It looks like about 100 and some change, maybe.
There's already $100 in the pot.
Yeah. He's gonna bet the pot. Yeah, they're still talking about the aces versus kings hand. I'm just shocked you didn't re-raise.
Brian's like, you owe me so much money right now. How do you not like re-raise me? And it's gonna get through? Is this really gonna get through?
Easiest $100 ever, man. Yeah, it sure is. Done deal. Easiest bomb pot ever. Easiest $100. Everybody's like, come on, I wasn't bluffing.
I got the hit from Veronica.
Oh man. I hear it's contagious from her.
Yeah.
She gives it out. Her milkshake brings all the boys to the yard.
New guy 91 wants to know where Poker expand.
So once again, guys, we've got about a half hour left in the stream here. You're watching a super deep, super fun 1-3 no limit game where anything can happen, as you have seen already. Make sure you click that heart and follow us. We're here with you every Monday and Wednesday evening, and then for big tournaments, final tables of that, and including this Sunday. It's a big end of the month guaranteed.
Mr. Camotech, you did miss Veronica here on stream.
Don't we all?
Normally she's playing this game, fairly intoxicated by now. Instead she's just intoxicated from home.
Did you say fairly intoxicated?
Understatement of the year.
Yeah.
Chris makes it 16 to go with a Jack-6.
It gets through, on to the next hand. So look at those stacks. Brian, 3,600, just crushing the game. Now, if you guys punch cash win in, exclamation point cash win command in there, it does give you stats. Brian is up about 1,100. Now, those stats can kind of be skewed sometimes when we run those pots 2 or 3 times. Those can get kind of funky, but I think we all know that Brian is definitely up. That is not skewed.
Brian is up. Brian is running good in life. CT Mike 860, the answer is no.
Someone get Veronica a bourbon IV stat.
Because you also have the CT Mike, you also have to factor in your overhead. I agree with Master C. If you're gonna treat it like take it as like a serious 6-second job, that's not a bad little side roll to start playing like 1-3.
Now look at Lucas. Loves flopping boat skis. 5-3 for Lucas. Flops the absolute world. Everybody else is basically less than 1%. Oh my God! Now Chris increases to 3%. He can catch a 7.
That's $8. Wow, you're a monster. And Chris and Lucas have been involved in a lot of hands.
Yeah, these guys have the epitome of history for sure. Just tonight that we've seen. I was like, once the poker god slap another 7 out there, I'm gonna throw up a little bit. But they did not.
Just check. Just check.
Pot's it cheap, it's 31 bucks, and Lucas is gonna fire out some bet here, about 25. Trying to get Chris to just do the old what the hell call. I can't see him ever betting like 25 there with nothing. You know, I mean, with air. He shows the 3-5. Shows the flopped monster.
And a 3 and a
Crazy, crazy. And Brian, the solidly big stack at this table right here. Just running over. So guys, once again, if you're in the area at all, we got this $1 Million Hold'em event going on. Come in here, play some limit, make some money, and then we basically just had a drawing here in June where we gave away...
Just last Saturday, yeah.
Yeah, we gave away, looks like $900 in cash prizes and 3 seats.
Where the players now have a chance to win $1 million on a single table sit and go. And you didn't got to win. You just got to get in the top 4,
Yes,
and you get a shot at $1 million. Why not?
Mbaldi, yes, I would say
no,
that
I would not say Mbaldi.
Brian is the chip leader.
No.
He's the
Brian
chip leader.
has the biggest stack. You can buy an up to Brian stack at the table. At least
would,
makes 35.
Would you say he's leading in chips? The needle is so real. Well, our chip leader is going to call this raise to 35.
Brian's got what? 3K in front of him? About 1,000
Oh my God.
3,500.
Even when you're Brian, when you call him King 5, you flop open-ended somehow. 4, 6, 7, couple of diamonds.
I'm not imagining it. He runs good, right?
He runs so good. Whenever Brian has, I'm just like, and this, it only induces him to play every other hand because he always gets there. You know what I mean? It's so sick. So she bets out 35. He raises it to 75. Oh God, and oh God. Alicia binks a top set on the turn. It's so sick. Oh, and it's a check over to Alicia. And Brian just check raised her. And
no one double check raises. Bomb the pot, Alicia.
Oh,
no
so
one
sick.
double check raises.
I've seen it. It's rare and it's disgusting.
It is the rare bird.
It is disgusting.
You now green light to bet.
If you can check raise people 2 or 3 times, like you're so pro, it's disgusting, or they're so bad, it's disgusting. I don't know. 175, which looks like a kind of a buy it bet, and Brian's not gonna buy it. I'm not gonna let her buy it anyways. She's 82% to win this pot here.
so I always put that.
Brian realizes after he check raises flop that he has no full equity, so there's no point in like leading turn. Correctly check calls.
My heart sank a little bit. I thought it was an 8, and I was like, ugh, so bad. So Alicia loves this board. That 9 didn't help out at all. There's no way you had 5-8. You would have flopped it anyways.
And Alicia should shove. Please shove Alicia. It won't matter. Brian's not calling, but for balance here, Alicia should shove.
That's fair. Bet 25. You're sick.
Bet 25.
And Baldy, because 580 would have flopped the straight. I guess what I'm getting at is the 9 didn't complete any extra.
He wouldn't check turn.
And he didn't have 8-10.
If he did flop it with 5-8, he would not check turn. He would have check raise as he did, and then kept barreling. Once he checks turn, he never has 5-8. Brian folds.
Needle away, my friend. You can be the needle chip leader.
Should have bet 25 for value. Canadian shooter.
You know what? It's so funny sometimes people, and this is what I try. This is one of the things I try to illustrate to people who are like new and getting into the game. And I was like, you always just for starters, for kicks and cheap thrills, always try to, you know, how do you know what to bet in a no limit game, right? I'm like, just always be aware of how much money's in the pot, and just don't do weird things, right? If there's 200 in the pot, don't bet $10. That's never a good idea. You know what I mean? Like, it's just there's things like that. They just like, you know what I mean? Like people, because they just don't understand. And don't go backwards in your betting. Like, don't bet 50 and then bet 20. Like, don't do that. Unless you're honestly just trying to just spin circles in their head, and then go for it. Do it all you want. If you know what you're doing, go for it. But just for super new players, just try not to do that. Just saying. It's a good rule of thumb.
Worst Hunter wants is now she can afford to buy the rest of the Waldo outfit.
Sick burn.
And Chris has aces.
Wow. So aces and kings get around here. Yeah, like dirty birds. And Brian has 7 deuce. I'm so ready for Brian to get extra spazzy and try to bluff aces. Do it, Ghost of M. You're gonna induce a spaz. If you bet 10 into me and the pot's 200, I'm just gonna be like, I bet 200, and you're like, snap call. It's good. Your hand's good. I'm the worst. 160 is a, and you haven't really seen Chris raise pre like that all night. I think his hand was pretty obvious right there.
He did not seem weak. Too much.
Yeah, pocket ones.
Aces, like my ex-wife, they get around.
Make it around. Make it around. And they're never really good for anybody.
No.
You got to get up to get down.
I mean, if you don't want any action, then bet $10 out there.
There was $30. Right? Was there? That's what you do.
Live 10.
He has this thing in his head.
I feel like Canadian Shooter and Master C are like on like levels with each other right now. They're like, do this, don't do this. Like, please don't choose the one for me. Like going back and forth in the chat. Like, oh yeah, I always min bet when I get, you know, when I get checked to. If anyone wants to make money, just donk bet into me. They're like begging for people, trying to induce action that'll never happen from people that they'll never play with in the chat.
Good old Tim Dwan always min bets. Not to even use the Tom Dwan.
Yeah.
But that stupid Tim Dwan.
Tim Dwan. Brandon's gonna limp into 10.
Any of the 3 was there.
Josh just called King Queen under the gun +1.
Josh has been playing way too snug for this table.
Yeah.
7-8 queen rainbow flop. Josh does spike top pair. Pretty solid out there. Chris, the next best hand, pair of 8s. Just be baking with a gut shot.
he raised.
Oh
And
yeah.
then everybody got mad at me for telling him what to do. And then he lost.
If you guys ever want to hear poker stories, just sit at a poker table. You'll hear a lot of stories.
It's Queen high flop. Crispy Bacon. Okay, Chris bets 15. Crispy Bacon calls inside straight draw. Josh now makes it 35 to go. And players are being laid prices. Crispy Bacon can now not fold his inside straight draw.
Watch a 10 pink off and blind Crispy Bacon. Oh, 8-5. Now everybody knows how tight he's playing. Oh, God. Watch it. 10's going to bink off. You know it. 6.
Open-ended now for Crispy Bacon.
Yeah.
As is Brian.
Yeah. This board is getting more coordinated and more scary for Josh.
C5 bet 60.
Sly Cry also, the chances of you being paranoid goes up evidently. Just saying.
Master C says, you guys ever received a beat so bad that you know you've just entered run bad? Yeah, almost every morning when I wake up.
And a check raise now from Crispy Bacon.
Getting funky here. And this throws up signal flares. If you have king queen, it sucks because you have to put somebody on 2 pair in that range. You know, at a minimum.
Josh folds.
9-10 is a likely culprit. 9-10 got there for 6 peels.
I'm sorry, Brian led and Bacon raised. I thought it was a check raise. It's not. It was a lead and a raise.
They both
Got
have
the
the
king queen
same
to
hand.
fold
Watch
out.
him get there. No, now it's Brick City. And possible flush did go runner though, so if somebody did pick up hearts on the turn, they would have got there and completed.
Now, Crispy Bacon's got to think, okay, what hands would Brian have check called where they could have turned hearts? Not a lot of hands like Queen X of hearts, the Queen 10 hearts, Queen Jack of hearts, 8, 9 of hearts, and hands like that. Other than that, we should be pretty good here. We have Jack, I mean, when I say good,
I don't know, if
we
Brian,
have, I mean, not good, but we have Jack
had
high.
any straight draw on hearts, he calls that turn all day.
Yeah, but it's hard for him to have that. What I'm saying is, Crispy Bacon's now should have the green light to bluff, and he does.
And it gets through.
And it's going to get through.
Jeez. Master C. Drink one for me, buddy. I'm jealous. Whatever you're on, I want some.
Prius, bro, I agree. Not that nobody, but, I mean, people generally run bad, play bad, and think they're being cheated.
There was only one time where it was pretty obvious collusion, and I have never been back to that establishment again. And now, the other time, though, is if there is collusion, and you know it, and they're always trying to check raise and trap you and everything, then, like, use it to your advantage. Because then you can really, I mean, if you're actually starting to run good, you can just stack that collusion in your favor.
Alicia makes it 15 to go with the Jack 10 off. Malcolm in the cutoff, Ace 10. I'd like to see him 3-bet or fold. He's going to call. It's hard to play that hand profitably as a call.
Can't believe nobody has aces or kings. Maybe Crispy Bacon does.
Crispy Bacon!
Oh my God. Dude, you know it. You know it.
What is going on? Jesus Christ.
Of course they have aces or kings. Welcome to Stones Live, baby. Click that heart. We'll be with you every Monday and Wednesday. And it gets through. I can't believe nobody has aces or kings.
Whoa.
Oh my God. Of course.
Straya wants to know if there's any dealers in the chat.
I don't think there are any in the chat. Actually, Vocal Terror was in here earlier, and
he was.
wasn't. Oh, he's in here right now, actually. That is a dealer here. I know we have a lot of dealers who play poker here, and I'd like to think that a fair amount of our dealers here that play are, I mean, because dealers get a bad rap, right? For if you're a dealer, you're generally like not a good poker player, which is what I've heard a lot. And I think we get a lot on the flip side here. Actually, I see a lot of our dealers go deep in a lot of tournaments actually that they play. They don't play it often, but when they do, they go deep. I guess they fill. Calm down. You can disagree. I know. Let it go. Come on. Talk bad. Lay it all out. Bite your tongue. I'm gonna stick Warhammer, War Eagle on you.
Oh god.
Ah, I love it.
Master C likes cuddle hints. Cool.
Cool story. All right, Alicia back in here, raising it up to 15 with ace 10.
Ed. Brian, someone 3-bet. Thank you. Brian 3-bets 6-7 suited. You gotta have some bluffs on a 3-betting range. Otherwise, we never get action. And a 6-7 is a good one to mix in one of the 3 with as a semi-bluff. We, especially in position, we don't want to be doing the out of position.
Good old Brian. And Brian, the sick part is Brian 3-bets with that, but it's as good as aces. I mean, Brian's gonna flop that every time because Brian's so his run good is real.
Especially when Chris and Ed both have diamonds. I mean, they're like blocking each other. And somehow, in this weird universe that we live in,
it's gonna flop
Brian
like
knows
4, 5, 8. Yeah, 4, 9.
It's all black. Brian was almost there.
Brian's still gonna bluff, get everybody off.
There.
Ed is way out front here with just a pair of 4s, but no one's putting money pot. If check 2 again, oh goddamn it, Brian. Oh no, Brian, he's got Chris behind him. I thought Brian would have bet.
Yeah, if it's checked to you on the flop and then checked all the way through to you on the turn, you pull the trigger. I don't care what you have, you just do.
Chris was behind him.
Oh, they're working down that Stones live list. You might get on that game after all.
Wee-wee! Ghost of M has a lot of friends who are dealers who are excellent poker players.
There's always exceptions to the rule. Really, I mean, it's poker's like anything else, right? You're gonna get out of it what you put into it. You know, I mean, if you just like to just go and barrel off chips because hey, it's fun and I just got off work and I don't care, that's one thing. But if you like to actually sit there and like take the time and really try to get better and improve your game, then,
like I said, it's like anything. I mean, it's what you put into it.
Yeah.
DC Johnson, welcome to the chat. What's the best way to get into dealing with no casino background? There's dealing school, guys.
Yeah, there's definitely dealer schools. There's a few around here I know of. If you just Google dealing schools around you, or go to actually, you know what? Go to your local card room, casino, whatever, and straight ask them. Hey guys, look, I want to be a dealer. I want to get in here.
Go down to your local liquor store, find some shady character on the corner, and ask him, hey, how do I become a dealer?
Yeah,
how do I become a dealer?
And then they can be like, well, you gotta get a trench coat, and let me front you a bunch of illegal drugs. Wrong dealing.
Yeah.
Wrong dealing, but we'll get there. It's easy. How do I become a dealer? Does that come with a good 401k? Is it just like don't get shot? Is that the health insurance?
Yeah.
All right, so Alicia raises to 20 here. Got some action. Ace, king, 6 on the board.
6-way to the flop.
God,
Jesus.
everybody has an ace. Aces are cheap. Of course, that's the case ace gets there because that's how we do it at Stones. Lucas next in line with a pair of kings.
Apparently nobody knows.
It's like, yeah, you were right. Yeah,
Alicia leads for 20. Malcolm makes it 80 to go. Interesting. He has ace of spades. He thinks Alicia's ever going to fold ace 10. Good, or is she trying to isolate? Josh calls 80.
And
With
again,
a bet and a raise, it's a hard. I mean, interesting call by Josh there.
Well, and Malcolm has been relatively snug this whole game.
Yes.
He's really, we've only seen him involved in like less than 5 pots. Hamper says, I assume I can't tell the management I have alternative dealing experience. I love it. And Alicia is going to get away here. So heads up now, battle of the ace kickers. Malcolm has been in the ace kicker battle almost every hand he's been in. Brick City on the turn. Josh still out in front. Malcolm needs a 9 or a 4 or 6 to chop. And he will take a chop.
We're now free rolling, getting our opponent off the chop. If Malcolm gets checked to, he should bet.
Now, guys, the reason that's a chop, I mean, for those of you who might be newer to the game tuning in, I know we had some newcomers in here. Essentially, it's 2 pair now, aces and fours, and the king on the board plays as the 5th card for the kicker now.
Josh leads 150. Malcolm can't fold. Spades bricked out. Our opponent can have bluffs. I mean, when he was a bet and raise, and he overcalled and went check, check, and cannot fold. Especially after turn goes check, check, we can never fold here.
No. And that's...
Malcolm's just got to call off. He's not in love with it, but I mean, spades bricked. Gives it. We don't have a spade in our hand. Oh no, we do have a spade in our hand. Shit.
Shikaka.
Once turn goes check, check, I don't think we can fold here. Not once spades brick. Good call.
Makes the call. Great call.
Doesn't like it's chopping, but it is a good call. We are winning that pot often enough to make that profitable.
So Ghost of M says, dealing can be hard work though, guys. If you pursue it, expect to put in some time before you start to feel comfortable. I can vouch for that. I have a friend of mine who just went through dealing school, not a dealer, not even a poker player at all, like no sort of background history in that. Went through a local guy's dealer school here, then flew out, got a job dealing the World Series of Poker because they need dealers, they need thousands of dealers, and she was super nervous. And, you know, obviously, you know, things are going to happen, but for the most part, you know, most of the time players are going to be relatively cool as long as you're, you know, doing what you're supposed to be doing. And every day she's getting more and more comfortable, and like life goes on, and she's now all of a sudden feeling comfortable when she sits down, as opposed to like, oh my God, I'm going to screw up, and I'm like, just breathe, you're cool, everybody's going to be cool. So yeah, you know, it will take a little bit of time to warm up, but not a big deal.
There's a dealer that can play.
Hey, we just talked about you. We're talking about dealers that can play, and that he can play like that. All of it. Is that guy like a muscles dealer? What is that, dude? Steroid dealer?
I don't know how to do that. I just have a large physical presence.
All right, last hand, guys, going into here. I wouldn't be surprised if we see some fireworks. That's pretty standard here for Stone.
Chris makes it 16 to go with the 10-7 of diamonds. Josh is going to set mine some deuces.
Alicia wakes up with ace king.
Alicia. I don't even, please don't flat, Alicia.
It's not a tournament, buddy.
Alicia. Chris open. We can 3-bet a lot worse hands than this, and want to get called. There we go, Alicia. She knows what's up. She knows what's up. I would have gotten a lot larger on the sizing there. Clicking back is going to lay both opponents a great price to call, and we're out of position against both villains. I would have made this a much larger bet. Josh is open-ended now. Alicia's got an inside straight draw on 2 overs. Chris has got backdoor diamonds and an inside straight draw as well. We should have some chips going in the middle here. Alicia's going to go ahead and lead. I think checking there is fine against 2 villains.
And Chris checks away here. Says, peace out.
He bets 80.
Over to Josh. Now, Josh has deuces, but Josh has played really snug tonight.
Surprised Chris folded.
Yeah, because, oh my God, even if he doesn't bank a 6, a diamond appeals on the turn, he's got to roll the outs. And he kind of hates that. All right, so Josh still in the lead here, but not the card he wanted to see either, because this negates his 6 now at this point.
Josh is now drawn solely to the ace. Or just any other card in the deck, hoping that, you know, deuces are good right now.
Anything not ace-king. Any other card.
It's actually just the king. He's only got to fade a king.
Yeah.
He doesn't know this.
Yeah, he doesn't know that he's 90% to win right now. That's how sick it is. But Alicia's not
double barrels now, and this is probably going to work.
She's not. Yeah, of course it's going to work. Nice play by Alicia. I was like, if he only knew he was 87% to win right there.
Alicia.
Oh my God. Well, I'll tell you what, even though Veronica wasn't here, the And Friends game never fails to disappoint.
It lived up, and I'm really, really, really pleased. What a great game. What a mess. Aces and kings all night long. Those of you, there's no chance to get in the $1 million limit hold'em promo.
Do it.
We already set 3 players, or drew, had a drawing to get 3 players into our final table. There will be 6 more players that will be drawn. coming up this month and the next month, or next month and the month after, June and July, I believe.
No, July 15th we're drawing, and again on August 12th.
August 12th. And it'll be your chance to get into a single table set and go with a chance to win $1 million if you get into the top 4.
Yeah, guys, just come and win $1 million. Hang out.
Come play Limit Hold'em, qualify by making high hands, and crush it. That's our stream for tonight. What a disaster.
Oh, the disaster in the best way.
All
we
the
saw
aces, all the kings.
Some super weird plays, some super crazy hands, and aces or kings for everybody all the time.
And shout out to our good buddy Abe coming through with some hats.
The hats, right?
For Paul Oster for being the great artist that he is.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're back on, or I'm sorry, this Sunday.
This Sunday, I'll be in the booth, and we're gonna be hanging out. We're gonna be having a good time. It's gonna be Sunday final. What is it? 30K, 40K guarantee?
30K guarantee.
30K
$300
guarantee.
buy-in. Get down here, crush some tournament poker. We will let you know when we go live. Click the heart button, get notified, and tune in. We'll see you Sunday.
Do it. Awesome, guys. Have a good one. Thanks for tuning.